Onside backers come down the sideline. Romeo Dobbs, a touchdown.
Hang on. Love to Watson to a one-score game.
Hey, this is Ahman Green, the Green Bay Packers all-time leader in rusher. Bill, the Packer fan, and Packer owner, Nick. They run a website for Packer news and updates, and I know Packer news hasn't been so great lately because we got some players that are not Packers anymore that you loved at one time, but you might hate a little bit right now.
Two great running backs. We have a competent offensive line.
He's saying that he felt in November and December that they didn't want him back.
Get a little safety in that position. Either we go.
There's no reason to believe we can't return, but.
And they already came out, there's a couple guys that came out and said that Rodgers is telling what
solution of it, and don't let them go for anything under than one.
And you know what, Packer fans? The Bears still suck. So go Pack Go, and good luck to you, Bill and Nick, their website and their Packer news. Talk to you later.
It's a lot easier to come in and skip doing mop-up duty, but he threw the ball all. He kind of looked like aronRodgers the way he was throwing the ball sidearm and just flicking the wrist, and the ball was just jumping out of his hands. Agreed.
Hey everybody, this is Gerhard de Beer, former Green Bay Packer offensive lineman, and you're watching Frozen Tundra Network with Bill the Packer fan and Packer owner Nick. Enjoy.
What up, everyone? Welcome to Frozen Tundra Network, where pretty soon you're going to hear a lot more Jordan Love to Christian Watson.
Or Reed or Dobbs.
I see Dobbs being the main target, but Christian Watson is going to be the most feared.
Yeah, I think so too. So, training camp has started. Jordan Love's actually been looking pretty good since training camp has started. Bill, why don't you go ahead, since Bill, the motherfucking Packer fan, is here today, why don't you go ahead and take over and we'll start discussing some Packers football.
Well, finally, the offense finally won. Out of seven days, the defense won 6. But see, the difference is, everyone likes to knock that with Love, but he's playing against a potential top 10, top 5 defense. So this is setting him up real nice for success, and I'm digging it, man, because now he's starting to get used to it. He's making good decisions and whatnot. It's looking pretty good down there in Green Bay, man.
Yeah, I like it.
And, a lot of highlight tapes, a lot of throwing deep to Watson. There's a lot. I mean, against a great defense, man. That's
the fastest receiver we got, Bull Melton. He's been looking hot and fucking
they say Torrey too.
He's fucking faster than Watson, faster than fucking Williams, Toothpick Williams. He's fastest. He's the fastest fucking receiver fucking in the NFC North, guaranteed. Bull Melton. Don't forget his name.
I've always liked Samori Torrey, if I'm being honest. I think he's gifted something that like you can't teach. He has that slender type of long reach where he can get the ball a lot of times where others can't. And he doesn't really drop the ball often. I can't remember too many times where he just full-blown drops the ball,
Well, they say he's a lock. Oh, yeah. He's a lock to make the team. So
Wicks too. He just came back off concussion protocol, and he's looking really good. I like that Wicks.
Yeah, I definitely think that we have a better group of competition this year than last year. The whole Lazard thing, like just a failed experiment. Cobb, we knew was going to get hurt eventually. I think this year we've got a collection of guys where we're sitting there going, hey, these guys might actually have something put together by, midway through the year. I mean, I'm not going to expect fireworks first few games. I think that's unrealistic. But I do think after maybe 5-6 games, we should start expecting like, hey, guys, it's time for you guys to, start killing it.
You want to start seeing that connection between them. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So what do you guys think about the Bears getting all our tight ends? You think they like their tight ends?
Hey, look, they took Jimmy Graham. They took, everybody. So many of our guys went over there.
Just ridiculous, man. But it's nice to see other teams take our leftovers. You know what I mean? Because when you look at our team is fresh and up and coming. We don't have to go to other teams to get players. We draft them.
We went young for a reason. We got rid of them, and we went young for a reason.
We went young because it's cheap, and they're going to be around for some time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I do think it hinders us at times that we do the draft and develop thing, but I do get your point where it's like instead of taking leftovers that most likely won't work, we're drafting and developing for a reason because within this next 3 to 5 year window, right, we're looking to be back. I mean, that's what I'm expecting.
I think sooner. If the Packers look pretty decent this year, man, the NFC North better look out.
Bro, yeah.
Exactly.
It took us with Rodgers only 1 year, and then it was like off to the races. You know what I mean? Like that year we won 11 games, and we got the ref didn't call the face mask on the fumble in overtime.
Oh, yeah, the Cardinals one. I was just about to ask. Didn't we have an up and down year with that one?
So at the end of the year, we got really hot, just like the year after that. But yeah, I think you're right. Like we kept losing 1-score games that year. I remember we lost a game where the Titans, they kicked a field goal in overtime on us, and I remember being like, the Titans, they suck.
Yeah, when they were freaking garbage.
Yeah. But I do find it funny that they like our leftovers so often. You don't see us picking up Vikings, Lions, and Bears players.
That's what I was saying to the old lady there. They're always taking them.
Yeah. And the past 2 years lately, we have
Mercedes Lewis has 18 seasons behind him right now.
Yeah, I couldn't believe he went with Chicago.
So you know what the funniest part about them getting Mercedes Lewis though and Tanyan is, what did we hear all year last year? That those two suck, right?
Yeah.
Bro, so many Bear fans talk crap on those guys. So many.
Yeah, now they're the greatest things since.
Boy, you should hear them talking now. Well, I was listening to him this morning on the call-in show.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's wild.
I just think it's funny how, so look, they could sit there and say that Jordan Love sucks, right? Oh, he's going to be a bust. If they had Jordan Love right now and they got Fields, they'd immediately be like, oh, Love's going to be so
What's
good.
your guys' opinion on Justin Fields for week 1? Do you think they even have a shot at beating us or what? Because a lot of these Bear fans don't realize that Jordan Love is, if Justin Fields isn't playing Jordan Love, he's playing our defense.
Yeah.
True.
I think Fields is going to have a minimum of 2 INTs. Especially with it being early in the season, the offenses for every team aren't up to speed yet.
Yeah, Fields hasn't even beat the Packers once yet.
No,
Not
his
even one.
stats are really bad too. But I personally think yes, that each team has a chance. I think Bill brings up a really good point though, where Jordan Love and I'm going to say our running game specifically is going up against the Bears defense, which is, I'm sorry, but a few mid-level players that you picked up, including Ngakoue, like, congratulations on picking up a guy that cannot stop the run. So put Aaron Jones right at him every single play.
There's high school kids that block better on the run against the run than that guy. I mean, that's ridiculous.
He was out there for a reason. Nobody picked him up for a reason.
Yeah, that's true.
And he only signed with the Bears because no one else gave him any other. They're the only ones that had the money and that even showed any interest in him.
Dude. He was literally desperate. That was the only person that called his agent. You know what I mean?
I think that's part of the reason why they signed what's his name, Big Dog today, because they got the money. That's it.
One thing I like one thing about that though, I mean, when you got Big Dog out there, that's like having another offensive lineman out there.
Yeah,
you know what I mean,
I get that. I can understand that, but Fields, every time the play breaks down, he just takes off anyway, man. So and it doesn't change. It doesn't change the fact that
takes off, dude. He makes bad decisions all the time. I watch
bad decisions, bro. Bad decisions.
Oh yeah, it's the only quarterback I've seen get himself sacked multiple times.
Yeah,
out of the pocket, no less.
Oh yeah, I mean running straight into guys. I've seen people do that maybe once their career. He's doing it like once a game.
Right.
Last week, someone brought up, well, wasn't Fields the most sacked player or quarterback in the league last year? And I started breaking it down where that's not an excuse. Like, that is no excuse whatsoever. So
yeah, because his offensive line was decent.
No, because you compared him to Rodgers getting sacked.
Aaron Rodgers had great seasons getting 50 sacks. You know
yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
So what's the excuse here? You're putting your head down and there's nothing – when you don't make your progressions and your reads and you're just looking down or you're looking to run, there's no way you could develop a play at that point.
No.
Yeah, but Russell Wilson.
I can't wait for week 1.
He got.
I can't either. That's my favorite week, man. I'm telling you, we taking over.
Russell, you were gonna.
Russell Wilson and Fields tied for 55. Got sacked 55 times.
And he's had great seasons. So
yeah.
Man,
but he didn't have a good one last year, though. He sucked.
Well, I'm guessing last year is not the year that he was talking about.
But he still sucked, man.
Hey, Dre Lewis, you're welcome to come on at open mic in about another 30 minutes. You're welcome to come on. We would enjoy roasting you one by one,
I see that guy get roasted.
When
all
you
the
drop back like fucking
Then you got this guy like somebody's crying, dude. You got our leftovers, bro. You're
He's
dumb.
called
for
Philip
signing
Dink
player.
for a reason. He's
Oh.
wrong about fucking everything. Every time he says something, he's wrong. Everything. He's proven
Bears
wrong.
are at the point now they're dumpster diving at the dollar store for players, bro.
That's what they're doing, bro.
That's what they're doing.
The same.
I love how they
Exactly.
say. I love how they say Yannick was the top free agent, and you're like, dude,
What?
you realize that all the free agents were gone, right? Like,
And you realize they like pulled him in there. They gave him this contract like weeks ago, and he didn't sign it because he was out looking, shopping around, seeing if he could get a better deal. He's all about the money. He's all about the money.
so look, game one, week one against the Bears. I'm not joking. Run AJ Dillon and Aaron Jones right at him.
Right at him.
Oh, absolutely.
Run him right over.
He's one
Run
of the
right over
worst
him. Shit.
defensive run stoppers like in the whole league. Like I went and looked at his stats and PFF and like his actual stats of solos and stuff like that. It was bad, man. His whole career he's been bad. It's like getting Zadarius Smith, but like a worse.
Oh, they got worse. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I was going to say
Downside.
Zadarius was okay against the run.
Right.
He wasn't anything that, oh my God, I feel so great that he's there blocking.
Well, I think
in
Niners
the
he
act.
wasn't okay. The Niners
think the
game
difference
plan
is-
literally was run at him.
I think Zadarius can be faked out and
Yeah, with how aggressive he is.
yeah, right. And at least when he squared up on a runner, he got a good tackle. I mean,
Oh, hell yeah. That's one thing he was very good at.
Can I ask you guys a question real quick? Do you remember in the group when Bears fans specifically were saying it was the Bears Mafia's clowns? They were saying whoever says rent free is the dumbest person on the planet. Do you remember that post?
Yeah.
Well, here we go. Proof is in the pudding. So you're
go into hiding. What are you speaking from experience? You guys won 3 games. You were gone like week 5 last year, man. Shut up.
This guy's always in hiding. I'm not joking. Always
Man.
in hiding. So someone like
Dude,
this
by
right
week
here.
4 or 5, he's gonna be ghost, bro.
Someone like David Lipson will start proving him wrong about something and like shitting on him completely, and you'll see Philip Dink just disappear all of a sudden.
Gotta go. Yeah, that's pretty funny. What's up, Chad?
Two progressions. Yeah, that's true. That's true. He can't put together multiple progressions.
Yeah.
He doesn't know how to do it.
Chad is a very logical Detroit Lion fan.
Yeah, he's a pretty smart dude.
Very.
He's a homer, though. He's a homer.
Yeah, listen to Dorn. Same old Lions. Same old
Same
Lions.
old Lions.
Same old Lions.
Take the back piece for it.
Overhyped, overrated Lions.
I do think
You was giving it to him this morning, John Dorn.
Oh, hell yeah. I give it to him.
He was like, John Dorn was like, he's like, until you guys do it. He goes, you guys, it's just on paper. And they was like, no, it's not.
They're
Like,
getting-
you
they're
won
getting
9 games, man. It's on paper. That's it.
Well, these
I'll tell you
damn
what.
Lion fans act like they have the fucking division wrapped up already.
Yeah, I know,
if
man.
we
They're already
win
calling
10
it theirs.
games- If we win 10 games this year, I will be fucking ecstatic. Okay, I will be
That's right.
through the roof. I really will be.
If we win 10 games, you guys should be worried, man.
So
I'm
this
going to
actually
laugh my
brings
ass
up
off when the Packers fucking sweep the damn fucking Lions. I'm going to laugh my ass off.
I think that this actually brings up a good point. I'm thinking about it right now in my head. Do you guys think that Jordan Love has a better supporting cast and overall roster in his first starting year than Rodgers had?
Ooh.
That's a
I'm
good.
going to have to say yeah, because for one reason, they've been together.
I refresh my memory. Who was in his starting lineup for Rodgers' first year, and then I'll tell you.
His wide receivers were immaculate, to be honest. He had
I understand. That's what I mean. I want to know because he had a pretty good wide receiver core.
But his defense was not amazing at that time. It was like middle of the pack, and his offensive line at the time was also like we were getting hurt all the time. And I remember our quarterbacks kept getting smashed. And Rodgers' first couple of years, our offensive line was not great.
Oh, yeah.
I think we had Ryan Grant that year too as our running back. So but the roster now, man, we have Aaron Jones, we got AJ Dillon, we got a great defense. We just don't have the receivers. So what do you guys? I mean, Bill, what do you think? The better
Well, I
roster?
don't think it's that we don't have the receivers.
They're unproven. That's the only thing, man.
Unproven. See, that's the thing. Like Bear fans are telling me, "Oh, I got DJ Moore." Yeah, but we got Romeo Dobbs, Watson, Reed. Like, dude, the list is going phenomenal. If these guys turn out to be anything like what Brian Gutekunst has been drafting them, I mean, they should be pretty decent.
2 tight ends and 100 fucking man.
I think it's a good conversation because I don't think that there necessarily is a wrong answer because there's holes in both rosters, but there's greatness in both rosters that I can see. You know what I mean?
Right. Well, ours is just very, very, very.
You gotta look.
We're the youngest offense there is, I think.
Yeah,
This is the youngest roster I've seen Green Bay have, and I can't remember.
I can't even remember, man.
Since the middle of Rodgers' career, when we were constantly the youngest team in the league.
Chad. Good point, Chad. Very good point.
So look,
we still got to go to offensive line.
Yeah, we still got an O-line. We got a decent defense. We got really good running backs. You know what I mean? We'll be fine, dude. We'll be good.
Our offensive line is deep enough that Zach Tom isn't starting, which I actually find kind of crazy because I thought he would make it in the starting.
Everything I've been hearing is saying he's either going to be the right tackle or the center, depending on whether Myers or what Nyman wins the right tackle spot. If Nyman wins right,
he doesn't play right tackle.
No. I'm saying if Myers plays good enough and beats that out for center, Tom was going to play right tackle. If Nyman beats him out, Tom's going to play center. That's what I was meaning to say.
I saw that Yosh Nijman right now is the starting right tackle. So I kind of look, and I actually think they should give Yosh a chance. I really do.
I like him as a left tackle, not a right.
No. Okay, so I think he actually has done well at both sides. But that Niners game, when he didn't play, like I still sit there and I keep questioning why.
Mm-hmm. I think if he's in that, we win.
I think we do a lot better. And if Mercedes Lewis, the guy that just went to the Bears, doesn't fumble the ball when we're approaching the 25-yard line.
Yeah, that took the whole wind right out of the sails.
Yeah.
And if that punt doesn't get blocked, God.
If it doesn't snow and if it doesn't, come on, man.
For everybody that was here watching Frozen Tundra Network at the time, though, we went live the second that game ended and we lost because everyone was like, you guys are going to ghost when you lose. Well, we were right here, and I think it was one of the biggest audiences we've had. It was pretty crazy.
And John Dorn, we're still saying same old Lions and Justin Field sucks.
Yep. Hell yeah, he was.
So, but I'd probably give the slight edge to Rodgers' roster. I think he may have had, just because of the receivers, I think he may have a little bit of talent.
I think those receivers were absolutely outstanding. Don't get me wrong. I really like these guys.
The only thing about it,
that collection.
But I'm glad, though, that they didn't go and get no veterans for a tight end or receivers and like that. Because these guys need to grow together. They need the most reps they can get. And it's just we're not intending to go to a Super Bowl this year. You might as well see what these guys got.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Going to be a dynasty.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's what we were trying to get with Rodgers, and people's egos got in the way.
Well, if
John
you guys saw
Dorn.
Rodgers at the Hall of Fame game, did you see how they were making that darkness retreat?
I'm so glad we're over that drama fucking.
It is.
So I was just asked.
But man,
I was just asked yesterday, like, well, God, man, you're sounding like anti-Rodgers, and I was like, no, that's not it. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying I don't give a shit about the guy anymore because he's not here. Like, so. Well, what if you met him in real life? You're not going to like shake his hand and say what's up. I was like, no, I'd probably be like, yo, it's Aaron Rodgers. But he'd be like, why are you so glum about it? I'd be like, oh, I don't know, man. You kind of fucked us. So, you know, like I'd still be like, I'm going to get a picture with you and an autograph. It's still Aaron Rodgers.
There's a Packer fan and then there's an Aaron Rodgers fan. I'm a Packer fan. You know what I mean? A lot of fanboys out
there. It's like, you love Aaron Rodgers so much. You're a Rodgers fan. I'm like, no, he's my quarterback. I have to love him so much. You know
a real Packer fan knows he's going to come back and retire as a Packer. His best games were played with us, so there's no way he could be playing for the Jets for the next 5 years. For all I give a fuck, he's still going to retire as a Packer.
I was going to say he could win 2 Super Bowls with them, and he's still a Packer.
Still going to retire as a Packer.
He's going to ask that Goody doesn't be there.
But see, our next Jordan Love. So when Jordan Love goes to the Jets after his Hall of Fame career is done.
The latest is if Rodgers wins a Super Bowl, that Goody's going to be fired.
Yeah.
I don't think he'll be
Come
fired
on.
for that.
They're saying that. The Rodgers fans are saying that if he wins a Super Bowl, that they're going to fire Goody because he let him go.
Bro, that's like the Bears
No.
fans saying that Poles is going to keep his
You know,
job.
like-
And it's like, it's not your decision, man. Like, Poles is going to get fired pretty soon. Watch. It's
And you know what was cool?
That's like when the Colts got rid of freaking Peyton Manning there. Nobody was bitching because of how good Luck looked.
How come no one's talking about when Poles took the job? He said, I'm going to take back the North, guaranteed. Or you can have my money back. The guy's in there now 2 years. He had a fire sale last year. He ain't won 3 games. I mean, what the fuck, bro? His legacy is Justin Fields.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's not looking good, boys, for Chicago.
no,
Nope.
not at all. They're in for a rude awakening. They keep saying that we're in for it, but we at least have a roster that can complement and mask our problems. We have a roster that can do it. They don't. They don't have a roster that's going to sit there and when Fields sucks another humongous dick that their complementary pieces are going to save them. It's not going to happen.
No.
They don't got no
They
depth
should've-
right now.
Pieces
A
are
couple injuries here and there. They got no depth. A couple injuries here and there. They're done.
Yeah, it's not even that. You got 2 linebackers and 2 offensive linemen. The offensive linemen are mediocre, and the linebackers are mediocre.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? DJ Moore, I mean, you got him in a trade, dude. He had 888 yards last year. Come on.
In 17 games. In 17 games. Not
Yeah,
even
that's
16.
insane, dude. I don't care how shitty your quarterback is. You should be out there making plays where you can get the ball. That's why they call you a playmaker.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
I don't understand the hype. People are saying this, and I actually see exactly what they're saying. This is the most overhyped 3-win team in history right now.
Yeah.
oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean, if the rest of the wide receivers don't show out, it's going to be very easy to take more out of the game. Just double team them, and that's it, bro. I mean, if nobody else can play, I mean, and if you got to hope that Fields can get him the ball.
Well, about it. You blanket. They're probably his first read. As his first read's covered, he fucking freaks, dude. He puts his head down, he wants to run, and he panics.
Week 1, we don't even need. All we have to do is put Jer on him. That's it. He's
I just figured just give
Exactly.
Aaron Jones the ball and just let him run the whole fucking
What
game.
did he do last year?
Kill
He
the
played
clock.
against last year. He didn't do shit against us.
I expect they're going to pull out some tricks on. I mean, just like in 2018 when they almost beat us an opener and when they got Mac. I mean, they get Mac like 2 days before the game. I mean, they were blowing out everything.
Mac. He's far from Mac, bro.
So, one thing I keep hearing Bears fans say too is like, Poles is a genius. He's the one that created the Chiefs dynasty. I'm like, what are you talking about? That is not. I looked extensively into this. That is not what happened at all. In fact, Poles had nothing to do. Well, from what I've read, I'm not going to say he had nothing to do, but he pretty much didn't have much to do with getting Mahomes. That was Leach and Nagy. Nagy was the one that helped him with his interview, and Leach was the one that said, I want that guy. And he was the first one to say, that's who I want, and that's who I'm going to draft. So I don't know where you get this whole, like, Poles is creating this dynasty, because if that were true, he'd still be there with the dynasty, don't you think? Don't you think?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, if Goody was sitting there winning Super Bowl after Super Bowl, hitting on people like Patrick Mahomes and shit, don't you think he'd still be here winning Super Bowls? Yeah. I'm just saying.
Oh shit!
Right.
And guess where Matt Nagy is? Winning Super Bowls with the fucking Chiefs again. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right? There's some people that can they're good coordinators, but they just don't make good coaches. You know?
Yeah, that's how it is. Some guys can't handle the pressure, bro.
I think McDaniels for the Raiders is a perfect example of that.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Or Hackett.
Dude, what's his name? For Detroit? Who's the guy who's
Matt Patricia?
Yeah, Matt Patricia. Perfect example.
I don't
Totally.
think he was a bad defensive coordinator. He was a great one for New England, but he was a horrible
head coach. Horrible.
It's okay. He wasn't a much better offensive coordinator either when they tried to do him last year.
He was a lazy head coach, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
he was supposed to bring it. He was supposed to bring it being tough in Detroit. Those players quit on his ass. He's too tough in training camp.
He made him.
Don't tell that to Melvin.
Run. Remember, he was riding around in that fucking cart while he was making all the players run and do all these push-ups. And all that.
What I can't wait is till the end of next season to watch the Lions fail and Melvin Griffin cry.
I tried to bet him
more excuses than you can imagine.
I tried to bet him $50 that Green Bay would split with the Lions this year, and he was like, I'll think about it. I'll
Don't think about where's all this bravado you've had?
He was guaranteed. He was
We're gonna
making
be in the
post guaranteed they're going to
basement.
sweep us, and we're going to be in the basement.
Yeah, and the Lions are going to be like the 07 Patriots or some nonsense like that.
So I want to get to this real quick. Just
They haven't even won double digits yet.
Yeah,
This can be a good thing and also a bad thing at the same time because, yes, it's always good to have capital in salary, right? But it also says a lot when you're at the end of the offseason and you still have a whole lot of it. That means that the good players don't want to play for you. I mean, right?
But you know, my thing on that, all that is Bears got all these teams that suck for. Look, the Lions for 30 years sucked. They always had good high draft picks. They always had good capital, bro. If you don't know what you're doing when you're drafting these guys, you're not going to go anywhere. You're not putting any quality players in there.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't think that they have a good coach currently, and I don't think they have a good manager currently. I just think their GM is trying. He's trying, but I don't think he understands what he's doing without a whole shitload of help with great ownership, great coaches who know what they're already doing. I mean, again, polls in Kansas City. You had Andy Reid, who already knew what the fuck he was doing. He didn't need you, okay? You had Leach, who already was implementing these systems. Like, they didn't necessarily need you, in my opinion. So Poles may have gained something from that. He may have learned something, but I don't see him succeeding currently with that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, especially when you're good like that at KC, they actually make their own. They have the players come up with their own plays. You know, we'll play it. We'll throw it in there, you know, in a game or something. But they make their own plays. Like, what the hell? You know, more teams should do that shit.
Yeah. No, I don't know. I mean, what do you guys think? Do you think he's doing a good job? I personally, if I was a Bears fan right now, I'd kind of be like, why are we picking up the Packers scraps again? That's an old style Bears thing. Why are we picking up mid-level talent when there's so many great players out there that I don't know. That's just me. What do you guys think?
The only off-season move of theirs that I actually like, go eat it out at the table. Well, not that. But the only off-season move that I liked was them picking up Edmonds. He's not the absolute best middle linebacker, but living in upstate New York, I've seen him a lot watching the Buffalo shit, and he's good.
Yeah.
Other than that, I haven't been too fond of their off-season moves, but I'm going to have a bias.
You know, another thing too, they had to give her that money. Even right now, they got to get down to a certain point right now. So you might just spend some money and okay, we need a good blocker. Okay, what best alter right now is Lewis. So why not grab him? I mean, they probably only got him for like what, $1.5 million, maybe $1 million. I mean, he had to come pretty damn cheap.
Yeah, I do not think Green Bay is winning the division, but I think Green Bay is going to do something that's more important this year than winning the division.
I disagree with you, Nick. I think they're winning the division.
I don't, but hey, that's why it's a debate, right? I think that Green Bay is going to do something that's more important than winning the division this year. I think they're going to show everybody that we are not far behind immediately. We are right here and we're ready to fucking compete, and we're going to get ready next year to win 10-plus games. You know what I mean?
I think they can compete for the division. I'm not going to say they're going to win the division, but I think they can compete for the division. Yep. I'm not saying they're going to win it, but they can compete, I think, this year.
What's up, Chad? What's up, Mike? Oh, is that Jordan Love, right? Jordan Love jersey?
J Love.
There we go.
What's up? Love, man.
Yeah, buddy.
Let's go. Go Pack, go, man. And I got the hat.
Blow Pack, blow, man. Blow Pack, blow.
Hey Chad, can I get a Go Pack, go from you as well? I know you're an avid fan.
All right, Go Pack, go. I'm actually a fan. Actually, I'm a fan of Bill the Packer fan. I hate the Packers, but I like Bill, and you know what? You're kind of okay too.
Only kind of though.
Only kind of. John Dorn, no, Dom. That's a totally different level, but I enjoy him. I enjoy his humor and some of the stupid stuff he says.
Hey, I'll tell you what.
He's a good guy.
If I'm at least all right with the football stuff, I'm nothing if I'm not a great host, and I think I've achieved that. So I'll keep that. I know that's in the back of your mind. You want to say it, but I said it for you. I'm gonna start with Chad real quick though. Go ahead and
I want to talk about Green Bay right now, and
go ahead and elaborate
my
on what it
belief
was.
as a diehard Lion fan, and I believe your defense underperformed last year. I believe it is going to step up. It should have been a top 10 defense last year, and at times it actually was. I think they're going to improve. I think you're going to see them in the 10 to 15 range. This is what I believe. I mean, you've got, 8 first-round picks on the defense or 9?
You guys seen that Jair interview, right? Where he was talking about how we made excuses for ourselves last year. He goes, we're not making those excuses this year.
Yeah. So there's nobody going to be going there throwing up 40 points against you guys. I can tell you that.
I think the 10 to 15 range.
Not even going to put up 30.
I think 10 to 15 range would disappoint us. I think 5 to 10 range would be. If we're in the 5 to 10 range, I think that would be like.
You're asking too much to be in the 5 range, though. Come on, be honest.
I don't think so, dude. The last 6 games of the season, we were one of the top defenses in the whole league. I mean,
we flashed greatness, but we just never achieved it for a whole damn game. We couldn't hold it together for a full game.
And one thing about
let's
our
talk
defense,
reality. I said 10. Okay, let's keep it at 10. Okay.
But I said the 5 to 10 range would be acceptable to us. 10 to 15, I think, is a disappointment.
Yeah.
1 to 5 would be ideal, but I'm not gonna go that far. Okay.
Top 3, baby.
Your offense. Listen, Jordan Love is the biggest unknown in the whole NFL.
That's why you don't play defense. Top 3 defense.
I don't know about the whole NFL, but I think you're right with like the division and possibly the NFC.
No,
he's bigger question marks.
Nobody knows. We all know he's not like a fast guy or nothing, but he's got maneuverability. He's got a little.
He's got AronRodgers legs when Aaron
he's
Rodgers.
an upper grade of a fucking young fucking Rodgers.
Out of all the times I've seen Jordan Love playing, he's never showed fear in his eyes when he drops back.
No.
I've never seen him scared of anything. He plays. If he gets sacked, he looks the same as if he's throwing the ball down the field. He's fearless in the pocket.
Mike, for the first time ever, thank you for being here, Mike. I want to get your opinion on what we're talking about right now because we've never heard your opinion on everything.
I know. Let's hear the J Love jersey. Let's hear it.
All right, man. Hey, look, I'm gonna keep it like this. I'm probably one of the biggest Packer fans you're gonna meet, but like far as the offense this year, it'll look way better for the fact that when you watch a Rodgers that can't maneuver like he used to, it stalls the offense. He can't extend the plays like he used to. Jordan Love is athletic. He's young. He can move around. He's taller than Rodgers. He's probably got a longer wingspan. So I think now the defenses are going to have to spy on him. See, Rodgers is so old, you don't have to worry about him. So really, you can kind of pick and choose I'm stopping the run or the receivers. But now that we got a quarterback that can move, the defense is going to have to spy on him, which means that's going to unlock other things, whether it's the running game, whether it's the passing game. I think Watson this year is going to turn up for Jordan Love because Watson and Love, they've been practicing a lot together in the offseason, training together, spending time together, having dinner. I think Rodgers' negativity and all his drama and stuff, it kind of killed the energy of the whole team. I think with that out the door, guys look happy, guys are having fun. I can see Watson and Dobbs turning up. Rashawn Gary, we need him on that pass rush. Rashawn Gary, Wyatt got to step up. Smith did his thing.
Devontae Wyatt's had a really good training camp.
Oh, absolutely. I've been hearing nothing but amazing things this camp about him.
He slammed Rodgers back on his ass the other day.
Two different dudes.
Rodgers coached a number 1 and number 2 wide receiver from you guys.
Walker owes it, though.
And I'm glad he did. I think you're better for it.
Yeah, I was going to say, I didn't think those guys were very good last
Lazard
year.
and Cobb were gone. I don't think any of us were that sad about
Nope.
They were your number 1, number 2.
Yeah, but Lazard had the number 1 drops too in our receiving core.
They were only number 1 and number 2.
Was third on our drop.
Watson clearly has a way higher ceiling than Lazard could ever even fucking fathom.
Yeah. And besides that, we lost way more the year before that when we lost Adams and MVS, man. I mean, that was a huge loss compared to those two.
I would have much rather kept MVS over Lazard.
For real.
it's a possible blessing in disguise, though. Obviously, you don't want to lose someone like Adams. That sucks. Like,
that was bad.
My point is, like, losing guys like that, all of a sudden we were forced to now draft wide receivers a little earlier and get guys that we thought could develop. And I got to be honest, I mean, Reed is he's showing out really early too. As a small guy. Watson, I think everyone can agree, even rival fans, like, I think they watch Watson and they go, damn, he actually might be pretty good. Like, he could be good, you know what I mean? And
but Reed could compete for number 2.
Man,
against Dobbs,
you guys are. What about Heath? What about Wicks? What about?
I know.
Man, we got a lot of young, good guys, man. I can't wait till fucking.
I bet we keep at least 7. It's 6, 7 for sure this year. We got to keep an extra wide receiver this year.
Jordan, you got to understand, there's definitely in the NFL, it is a business, and there's definitely bias everywhere. So a guy like Reed, who was drafted a little earlier, that's expected to come in and possibly take a spot, he'll probably have a higher bias than these other guys who are fighting for a spot. Now, is that to say that these guys can't get into the mix when there's injuries?
This is what I got. Number 1 would be Watson. Number 2 would be Dubs. Number 3 would be Reed. Number 4 would be Toure. And then 5 would be Wicks. And then the other one would probably be Bo Melton or Heath.
Bo Melton, yeah.
Yep.
I actually like that. I think that's perfect.
It's a lot of speed too, man. Like 3 of those guys are fucking burners.
Bo Melton's faster than Watson.
But Melton, Watson, and Toure are all fast dudes, all of them.
And for a tight end.
So Mike was talking about the differences between having old man Rodgers and having now Love. I think there's a lot to be said also where your quarterback hasn't had 2 broken collarbones, tore his calf, broke his hand, fucking broke his leg. I think there's a lot to be said for a guy that has never been injured before. So that might come into play because he might be more dangerous now because he's not scared to take off and take a hit. You know what I mean?
And actually, you also got go ahead.
You also have to bring up the fact that Rodgers has a lot of tape on him. Jordan Love don't. He barely played. There's no tape on him.
Yeah, that's true.
That's the other thing.
You all know you made a mistake by not trading Rodgers in 2022 to Denver, and you know that was a terrible mistake.
But hindsight is 2020. After he just won 2 MVPs in a row at the time, you think like, no, there's no way we can give him up now. It's just that's not how it works.
You gotta get one more run.
Yep.
And it failed. Big.
I wish we would have.
In hindsight, I even wish we would have. But I was definitely pulling for him to stay.
I always liked Rodgers. I just after the second, or not last year, the year before at the playoffs when we played the 49ers, we lost. After that, I was done with them. I mean, when he tunnel vision fucking Adams and shit, I was done with him.
Well, and I think that's why he had such a bad year last year. He didn't have that outlet. He didn't have that Adams to throw to.
He never had a game over 300.
If you watch that Niners game, if Rodgers had the athletic ability and the mobility of Jordan Love, he would have beat the Niners because he'll be able to lead the pocket and make the defense play more up to free up more guys down the field. Jordan Love sees that.
We should have just ran the shit out of the ball.
We also had
open guys.
We also had bums at right guard and left tackle that didn't know what the fuck they were doing.
I can't believe you guys are about to make me defend Rodgers, and I can't stand the guy.
Let's hear
You can't defend Rodgers for the 49ers. No,
No, listen. When was named his first round wide receivers? When was his last one? 4 years ago?
Bro, he's never had a first round wide receiver. The Packers never drafted wide receiver.
Mercedes Lewis was the first one. He's not a
that's
wide
crap.
receiver.
That's crap, bro. That's a crap excuse.
I was going to say we do very damn well with these second round receivers, and he's had plenty of them to get.
That was him throwing to them. You don't know what Jordan Love is. Come on, you got.
Hey, what was Megatron? What was Megatron?
There we go.
Megatron was a first rounder. He didn't help you guys.
I think there's one thing.
How the hell didn't he help us? He's a first ballot Hall of Famer.
But bro, what I'm saying is it doesn't matter. Rodgers made bad wide receivers look good. Rodgers made wide receivers look better than they were.
He absolutely
That
did.
is true. That is true.
But,
One thing I will say,
Because
though,
a lot of guys left, and they sucked when they went somewhere else, bro.
one thing I will say, though, Devontae Adams,
why don't you give Aaron?
Devontae Adams is one of those receivers that I think he would have been good no matter what. But I get what you're saying. There was a lot of them. Like, I don't think Jordy Nelson has the career that he has without Rodgers. I truly do not.
Exactly.
James Jones wouldn't have lasted nearly as long as he did without Aaron Rodgers. You know what I mean?
And he wouldn't have come back. They wouldn't have brought him back if it wasn't for the connection he had with Rodgers.
And Bubba Frank's the tight end. Come on. I mean,
that's when he had good accuracy. Now you go back a couple years, his accuracy's been going way off. Like last year, he was 6 for 40 and deep 30.
Well, he also had a half a thumb he was playing with.
Yeah, but that's not only that. You took away his pacifier, man, his best player.
I can see that.
Didn't we have the second most deep what do they call explosive plays for touchdowns on the passing game? I believe we had like 33 or something crazy.
I think he was second or third, something like that.
I think we had 33 of them.
But his deep passes, though, they were horrible last year.
Last year, the deep pass, dude. And how many times are you going to throw it to Randall Cobb 15 yards on the field? You're going to throw it 20 yards instead. Like, how many? God, last year was so frustrating. And I was vacationing in Mexico, and I got to watch 3 games while I was in Mexico. I actually think it was 2 of them. I got to watch them play the Bills, and then we played the Cowboys. And we won the Cowboys game. That was cool. But the Bills game, it was just like torture, man. It was absolute torture. And I'm trying to vacation and relax, right? I'm trying to ignore the TV the whole time, right? And I'm just like, I'm gonna let this ruin my vacation. I don't give a shit. I'm gonna let this ruin my vacation.
I want to ruin your vacation, man. Imagine, listen, you're all Packer fans. I'm the only non-Packer fan in here. But imagine if Aaron Rodgers got to throw to Randy Moss or Calvin Johnson.
Shit.
I mean, in all honesty.
Imagine if Brett Favre got to throw with him in his prime.
Yeah, anybody.
Yeah. Oh, my God. I'd have done backflips in a handstand.
He had good receivers. Otherwise,
not like that. No, he didn't have receivers like that. Come on, Dorn. He did not have a Randy Moss.
The closest thing to Randy Moss we ever had was Devontae Adams might be the closest thing to Randy Moss that they've ever thrown to. If I'm being, Favre did have Sterling Sharp, who was he could have been pretty close.
I think Sterling Sharp would have been great, but didn't he only have him for like 2 years?
I think 3 years, and then once he was gone, they actually were better.
Bubba Franks, and Bubba Franks came in.
Bubba Franks was awesome.
Yeah,
and then
he
did
didn't get a lot of yards. He got a lot of
Michael's in.
So Brett Favre had it. We never had a Randy Moss, though. We've never had a Calvin Jones. Shit, we've never even had a Julio Jones. Okay?
Brett Favre just threw the ball so fucking hard. If you didn't catch it, it was going to go in your body.
But Brett Favre had same tendencies as Rodgers because, let's be honest, Antonio Freeman is my favorite Packers player ever. He is my favorite.
He's one of my top wide receivers, bro.
He's a cool guy. Any interview with him is awesome.
I've always heard he was such a humble, dope dude, and his fingers. He can't wear a Super Bowl ring because his fingers are so jacked. But without Brett Favre, I'm not so sure he's ever a top wide receiver, to be honest.
No, didn't he go away from Green Bay for a little bit and was okay?
No.
I don't remember that ever happening.
I thought Freeman had left for a bit and came back too.
A lot of guys either they leave or they don't play. Or they go somewhere and don't have a really good career. I mean, Devontae is probably going to break that mold.
I'm gonna give you another name. I'm gonna give you another name with Antonio Freeman. That these guys are never top receivers without Brett Favre. It's Antonio Freeman, and you got Robert Brooks. Robert Brooks would have been a fucking nobody without.
I love Robert Brooks. He was my
Robert Brooks was a number 3 receiver.
He went 99 yards, man. 99 yards for a touchdown.
He's a number 3 receiver on most teams, but he played like a number 2 or number 1.
Brett Favre, man. See what I'm saying? We had Andre Rison that year, and I don't know why he hated being in.
We only had him for like 3 games in the Super Bowl.
He did nothing for you.
Him and Brett Favre had a good connection. No, that's not true. He scored that touchdown in the Super Bowl, and The whole crowd went nuts. It was like it was his
That was where the helmet rule, when Favre took his helmet off running down the field. The next year they had that rule. You couldn't take your helmet off because Brett was having too much fun.
So he gave you a touchdown. Congratulations.
No, he actually did more than that. Ken,
what else?
You're gonna have to shave your fucking beard again after this one, buddy.
I will,
buddy. Philadelphia for one season. He only started one game. He had 600 yards. I wouldn't call that okay or decent.
Okay.
And then he came back to Green Bay to retire after that.
Okay. Well, excuse me. That was what, fucking 20 years ago?
You're excused.
What are you talking about, Freeman?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's what I say. A lot of guys, man, they can't recreate the magic they get in Green Bay, bro. It's just that's truth. That's true.
Last I heard we talk about Andre Rison, but okay, I don't know. Let's go back to Freeman.
Andre Bad Moon Rison showed up for 3 games, man. That was it.
Rison because the connection was Favre was hitting him. He was hitting him for good plays for us. He left after that, right after we won Super Bowl.
Rison could outrun the defense, bro. And all you got to do is get open. Favre can throw the ball 100 yards. You just got to get open past the defense.
Favre was making guys that were like not reaching their potential or may not have ever reached their potential, and he was making them better. Like that happened with Favre too.
Well, my favorite.
Guys, I don't think Jordy Nelson would have ever been the top flight receiver he was without a guy like Aaron Rodgers. I don't think it would have happened.
Yeah,
absolutely,
I think being a decent one and having a nice little career. But I don't think he.
I wonder this. I wonder if a number one
multiple years.
I wonder if a number one wide receiver could even get along with Rodgers the way he is with his.
Yeah,
depends. It probably depends, but you're exactly right.
You know what I mean? I mean, how can those guys fit together? OBJ look, Eli Manning was not, in my opinion, not a really great quarterback, but he made OBJ have some of the greatest games he's ever played.
Mario Manningham too.
Yeah, bro, exactly.
Plaxico Burress.
Burress, yeah.
Plaxico was outstanding.
Only for the Giants.
No, he was good for the Steelers too.
Yeah, he's good for Pittsburgh. Yeah, he's really good for Pittsburgh.
Yeah, he fucking won them their Super Bowl, didn't he?
Damn near, but he was a big part of the season. He put up top 10 wide receiver numbers.
You got guys like Wes Welker, who, let's be honest,
I like
Wes Welker was never that amazing. He was a great playoff receiver and a utility tool.
He was a good return guy.
Yeah, without Tom Brady,
without
has a very short career. You know what I mean?
Yeah, without a Tom Brady or Peyton Manning throwing it to him, no, I don't see him having more than your average 3-4 year career.
I think you're right.
He had great hands. He needed the ball put right there, and if the ball wasn't put right there, he wasn't.
Look at what Patrick Mahomes just did this last year. When they had the collection of receivers they had, the whole world went, they're not winning the Super Bowl this time. Nope. Well, Mahomes makes wine out of water again, and not just his receivers. Look at what he did with Jerick McKinnon. Jerick McKinnon exploded this last year because Mahomes can hit him perfectly for. Dude, the guy,
what was the score of that game? Remind me.
Of the Super Bowl or what game?
Yeah. What was the score of it?
What, they won 38-35, right? And I said that they would win 37-34 because of a bad call.
35.
And they ended up winning 38-35 because of
where was the defense in those games? Holy
think about it. Think about it.
Well, the Eagles defense played really good in the first half. Second half, man, Mahomes tore them the fuck up.
That's that Andy Reid knowing what to do, man. That's how to make adjustments.
Yeah. So let me ask you guys, do you think that Andy Reid called polls to ask him what he should do in the Super Bowl?
No, I don't. Absolutely not. No, I didn't.
That might have been the other way around, but
I think he's got that number blocked.
Yeah.
Holy shit, this guy's calling me.
The other day, there was Bears fans trying to say that Poles created the Chiefs dynasty, and it was like, no, that's not even.
How is that even?
I don't know where they get that from. I really don't.
I mean, Andy Reid came from the Mike Holmgren tree, for fuck's sake.
And he had already been to a Super Bowl with the Eagles. He already was very successful. He may not have won one. But he was very successful with the Eagles, I would.
Yes. Yeah, they didn't win it, but he got it. He took them there. They just didn't win
You
it.
know what? I think I know where they got it from. I know where they got it from. Got it from the Lions.
I have Andy Reid's signature. I got it when he was the quarterbacks coach for Green Bay.
The Rams.
So wait, say that again. John Dorn, say that again.
Say that again, yeah.
I had Lions fans say that fucking Holmes made fucking the 49ers. I mean the Rams.
I was like,
they built their roster to win the Super Bowl. That was Holmes. It's like bullshit. You had nothing to do with that.
So
well, I didn't say that. Sorry, John.
You did. But I know people that have. Lions
Sorry
fans
that
have.
somebody would ever say something that stupid to you. Maybe
Melvin,
they aren't Lions
Melvin.
fans.
Was it
Maybe they're
Melvin?
trolling you, John Dorn.
did Melvin really say that?
Yeah.
He probably would.
No, I it probably wasn't a Lions fan that said that.
I think this is true that Stafford made Galladay look a lot better than he actually was.
Absolutely. Stafford is in the NFC North, Stafford is healthy is number 3.
You're talking a tough quarterback.
Freaking down.
I never thought that Stafford was ever a bad quarterback in any way. I just thought the Lions just never had the roster.
We were terrible. We had the worst defense. Come on, I had to go rub it in. I've lived it.
We got Calvin Johnson. I'm like, but if you don't got a good defense, which you only had one time for Stafford, they were number 2 in the league that year, and you guys went to the playoffs and lost to the Cowboys. There was only that one time. And if you don't have a good running game, which you only had 1,000 rusher, and that was, I believe, Reggie Bush, right? He was the one time.
We had another one too, but no, that season was Reggie Bush ran.
So then it was scarce, right?
Yeah, I think there was another guy that got 1,000.
I don't think that Stafford was necessarily ever a bad quarterback. I just think
he's not.
Hey man,
Hey
Chad, how crazy is this? Eric Kramer was your quarterback with the last time you guys won a fucking playoff game.
No, he wasn't. No, he wasn't. Who was?
He wasn't. It wasn't Eric Kramer.
Well, that he may have been.
I'm pretty sure it was, man.
Eric Kramer may have played that game, but who was the Detroit Lions starting quarterback for that whole season?
I'm pretty sure it was Kramer.
No, it was Rodney Pete.
Oh, well, still, Rodney.
And Eric Kramer.
Oh, yeah, that might have been the year he went down.
Eric Kramer played the one game. No, Rodney Pete got hurt in the last game of the season.
Yeah, I remember.
Eric Kramer.
You're right. You're right, man. I'm just saying.
Eric Kramer.
Your last playoff win was Eric Kramer, though, is what I'm trying to tell you guys, man.
It was. Out of the Cowboys with Troy Aikman and Emmitt Smith. Eric Kramer killed him.
I mean, Eric Kramer played for the Bears, for fuck's sake.
They won games. We had Charlie Batch. Holy shit, he went to Pittsburgh. And played
the one thing about Stanford I always thought was a great thing, that guy could throw a fucking sidearm pass like nobody's business. And now Mahomes probably does it better than him. But Kramer could... Or not Kramer, but Stanford could throw a sidearm like nobody's business, bro. I never seen nobody throw a pass like that.
You ever see Jordan Love throw his sidearm?
There's nobody. Rodney Pete was decent, but then he got hurt and he was done.
You know who's better than Rodney Pete? The Magic Man. That's who.
Yeah, that's right. Mikowski. Man, bro.
How about Heisman Trophy winner, number 1 overall pick, Andre Ware, Detroit Lions in 1990 something. Yeah. Number 1 pick overall, Heisman Trophy winning Andre Ware. Really, honestly,
you guys had some. You guys had a lot of good talent in Detroit. You guys just couldn't put it all together. I used to fear the Lions, man. Back in the 80s when we played them all the time, man, it was like when you played a division team, you were worried that you were, there was no lock up like there is these days. Like, I feel we play anybody in the division, we're probably going to win.
So real quick, Chad, you're mad that you guys drafted Andre Ware? I mean, he had, for his career, he had 5 touchdowns and 8 interceptions.
Well, will you give me a first-round pick for him? And I won't be so mad.
That looks like Justin Fields type stats.
No, I'm telling you exactly. It was stupidity. The person that drafted him, just because he won the Heisman in college, does not mean he's an NFL quarterback, and he wasn't at all.
So, hey, if Fields fails this year, do we blame polls.
I don't think he's gonna fail. I really
All right, what's a fail? What's a fail? If he gets what's going to be a success? Let's call it what it is.
I think Fields will throw, but for near 3,000 yards.
Hell yeah, Lynn Dickey could sling it.
He said near 3,000 yards.
Yep, I think
bro. If he don't have 3,500 yards.
So I'm gonna tell you what.
Well, I'm not saying Fields is going to
25 touchdowns,
right? Barring injury, I can promise you that Jordan Love will easily have more than 3,000 passing yards this year. I can guarantee it.
Man,
I got him at like 3,500 for Jordan Love. Is what
but see that okay.
And
so
I'm figuring
that's
you're going to have 16 to 2,000 yards rushing.
So,
how many touchdowns? What do you think Jordan Love's touchdown interception is going to be?
I think it'll be about 33%. So I think he might throw for like 22 touchdowns and maybe 11 interceptions.
22? That's kind of low, man.
I think you're going to get a lot of rushing scores. Like
I think we are too.
I think it's 38,000 yards.
11 interceptions. I think that's reasonable.
I got 38 yards, 28 touchdowns, and 11 picks.
I think
six? No, you didn't just say 6 interceptions. You're kidding.
No, I said 11. 11.
Oh, you got 11? Okay.
He said 28 touchdowns, 11 interceptions, 3,600 yards.
Yeah, I think he's going to hit double-digit interceptions. I hate to say it, but I don't know how accurate he's going to be. I ain't seen him throw yet.
There's nothing wrong with that.
No, I'm not saying there is. That's a good number. That's a good number. Look, I would be concerned if he gets like 20, 15, 16, 17 INTs. I'm going to be concerned.
Yeah, if he throws 20 interceptions, I'm going to sit there and go, what the fuck are we doing?
They're not going to let him throw downfield all that much.
You know what?
They're going to make
most interceptions are forced because of the quarterback's trying to do something.
Right.
That's most interceptions. Most interceptions.
I'm calling it right now. Jordan Love's going to get 300 yards passing against the
300 or 3,000?
300.
I think he's saying
first game. Over 300
First
yards.
game? I believe that.
Yep.
300 yards. I think 2 touchdowns. I think we're going to get 2 rushing.
I call personal foul. John Dorn saying something stupid. You're playing the Bears. Of course he's going to have 300 yards.
He said personal foul.
Fields hasn't had a 300-yard game since he's been playing.
Well, he's started. He's playing the Bears. Come on, John.
No, he's saying that because Rodgers didn't have like 25 games with not 300 yards.
Wait. How many 200-yard passing games does Fields have at this point? Like, not many, right?
All right, no. He's got more rushing. I think he's got more games rushing than he does passing.
Yeah, 2,200 yards last year, and 22 and like 17 touchdowns.
Whatever, John. You wish he was your tailback. I guarantee.
Yeah, we do. We wish he was our tailback for sure.
Gadget player. Hell yeah, we can use for a gadget player.
Look, this would concern me.
No one said he couldn't run.
Yeah.
This would concern me. If Jordan Love, in his first 2 starting years, has 7 touchdowns and 10 interceptions, and then he has 17 touchdowns and 11 interceptions, I'm going to sit there and go, what the fuck, guys? Like, that is not good, okay? But Bears fans, for whatever reason, they're like, oh, that's fine. On what planet is that fine? That you want to see your quarterback do shit like that? That is horrible, man.
It all depends on what your running backs do. If your quarterback in his if Jordan Love in his first full season put the numbers you said, but the running backs put up damn near 2,000 yards, and just like our running back, what's his name, Williams last year, 17, 8, whatever touchdowns he got, and our other running backs. You've got the best running back tandem in the entire NFL. Nobody in the NFL has a better running back tandem. But y'all want to.
What's up, A-Dub?
Hey, what's up, A-Dub? Hey, what's your cornerback's name?
J. Alexander, Russell Douglas.
Yeah, JR. Yeah, it's pretty sad that he has to line up 10 yards off of Jamison Williams. Just saying. All right, you guys go. I'm listening.
Bro, are you seriously going to say that?
First of all,
Oh,
we're not
come
going to
on!
put.
I'm a Lions fan. Of course I am. I'm listening.
we're not
Keep
gonna-
going.
That's not even close.
Williams won't catch the ball, so we ain't worried
We're not
about it.
putting Jay Alexander on Jameson Williams, okay? We only put Jay Alexander on good receivers. What we'll do is we'll put Eric Stokes on Jameson Williams, and that
It's
motherfucker
faster.
won't
It's
get one
faster
step
than
ahead
him.
of him.
Look, man.
You do know that Eric Stokes is faster than Jameson Williams, right? He's also faster than Christian Watson.
Yeah.
Stokes is a burner.
Speedster, yeah.
So real quick,
bro,
guys,
and giving a guy 10 yard, giving a guy a 10-yard window only says one of two things: either he's afraid he's going to outbeat him, or he's sucking him in because he's going to pick him off. I'm inclined to believe Jair's going to pick him off.
So look,
when he lines up that far off, it's respect to make sure he can keep up with his moves and catch it.
It's trivia time now. It is trivia time.
You're not lying. You're not man on man. You'll line up a little bit.
It is trivia time now.
Okay, go ahead.
Justin Fields has played. I'm not saying started. He has played in a total of 27 games. How many of those games has he thrown for 200 or more yards?
Less.
Over 200 yards or under 200?
200 or more.
Oh, 200 or more.
Maybe 7.
No.
I'm guessing at that because I don't think it's that many.
4. I'm saying 4.
I know one against the Packers.
Whatever. John Dorn's looking it up online.
No, I'm not.
Answer, John. Then what?
I guess 7.
Answer, John.
7?
I said 2.
I said 4.
A-Dub, how many do you think?
3 or 4. I ain't keep up with much.
So
I'm going 3 or 4.
So the person that was the closest was Rob. But the answer was 6 out of 27 games.
Wow. And that's just over 200 yards.
How many over 300?
200 or more. It doesn't have to be over. It's
Yeah.
either 200 or more.
I got you.
How many 300 or more?
He has 0.
Big fat goose egg.
Let's see what he does.
Hey, but hey, I'm going to stick with John Dorn saying that we're going to hit 300 the first game. You got that shit right.
Look, this is how sad this shit is. He threw 32 times one game. He only had 184 yards, 0 touchdowns, and 3 interceptions.
Look, hey, Bear fans got to get used to this. Remember how they feared Randall Cobb? Randall Cobb was a bear killer. It's going to be Reed or it's going to be Dobbs. It's going to be the new killer.
Well, I got him at 7 wins. So am I crazy or what?
No, I think 7 is their is.
Well, I suppose they're going to play the Lions twice. They'll probably sweep the Lions.
I've got their ceiling at 7.
John's got the Bears sweeping the Lions this year.
At like 4 or 5.
I think every team is going to sweep the Lions this year.
Oh, the Lions are going on 6.
Yeah, they're overhyped. They're overhyped and fucking overrated. Fucking same old Lions.
You always make
a lucky fluke season last year.
Look. Honestly, man, week 1 is going to tell you guys, man. I want to see what you guys got. You're made of. You're going to be playing the Super Bowl champs.
I think we're going to. There is a high possibility.
Look! Even if you guys lose and you just keep it close, that's going to say a lot about your team. But if you get smacked, if you get beat by 30 points,
well, we won't get beat.
No one's going to respect the Lions. I'm telling you.
I'll say one thing: it's much better to play the Chiefs at the beginning of the year than at the end of the year when they start rolling like they do. You know what I mean?
I agree, but I'm saying the Chiefs are the mark. Are they not? Are they not the champs?
They're the standard. Yes.
So that's the mark. If you could put a smackdown on the Chiefs, week 1, I don't care what week it is. You don't come to play, then you're really not just repping being a champ.
I do think it's acceptable.
At their house.
I do think it's also acceptable to say the Eagles are a standard as well because.
Yes, I agree. I'm not saying they're not.
I actually think, look, the Chiefs are kind of the same. I think the Eagles got a lot better. I think that they are a lot better this year.
Their defense got tons better. I'm sorry. I'm in fear of their defense. That's the only thing I fear from them.
They're doing as good this year. I really don't. I think they're not doing as good.
I think our defense could neutralize the Eagle offense if we had to face them. I think we can. I think we can.
I'm gonna.
If our defense shows out like it's supposed to, we're going to be just fine.
I watched a lot
Well,
of defense do
when
it
it
last
comes,
year.
if
So
there's any issue I've had with our defense is that we've not done that well against mobile QBs. You have to neutralize Jalen Hurts in order for that to be a thing. Like when it
I
comes to
think we're going
mobile
to have
quarter,
like one of the fiercest pass rushes this ever seen in this
Well, one
season.
thing
You
about
watch.
Andre Wyatt's fat ass gets in
Hey,
plugs those
Dub, the
fucking
thing I say
holes, and
about
yeah.
that, okay,
the
when we
youngest
gave it this
defense in the
offseason,
whole
this
NFL
offseason,
with
we got rid of fucking
eight
Reed, we
or
got rid of
nine first round
Lowry.
draft picks.
I actually don't like that we got rid of Reed. I thought that would have been a really good
I
depth
would
piece.
that was one I did not agree with. You're right about that. Is
That's
that
what they went to. We went on the front line. We got Wooden and we got that other guy. Not more speed, not more power, not more speed. We want more speed on the defense.
Who was that bum we gave to the Vikings who you haven't even heard from him since?
Lowry?
Lowry. Haven't heard from him since.
Dean Lowry, you haven't even heard one peep out of the guy since. Like, dude, that dude is a fucking bum, certified bum.
I'm glad we got rid of him.
That's another ex-player that the division just gobbles up from Green Bay.
Lowry and
Well,
Lancaster. How are you supposed to pass rush and clog holes when you have Lowry and fucking Lancaster inside? That was, dude. What? Oh, so yeah. But sorry, John Dorn. Go ahead.
well, I was gonna ask, have you guys already spoke about how you feel about the Bears having our former two tight ends and Tunyon and Lewis?
Yeah, we talked about it at the opening, man. There was a whole bunch of people talking shit about it.
Yeah. Hey, you know those two guys that the Bears fans said were bums and they sucked and they were trash, and now
they're on their.
Well, you know what? We got an elite blocker and another elite blocker, and
yeah.
Well, the Bears do. Well, the Bears have specialized in keeping a huge number of tight ends before, so I'm not surprised.
Yeah, Jason, that one hurts.
Hayward and Hyde, they were some great secondary.
Hayward made the Pro Bowl the very next year. He was one of the best cornerbacks for San Diego in the whole league at the time.
Did he have a concussion problem though?
No, that wasn't him. I think you're talking about Demarius Randall.
Oh, all right. Maybe it is Randall.
I don't remember Casey Hayward having concussion problems, or maybe Sam Shields. Sam Shields.
Maybe it was Shields. He kept having total head case. Total.
Micah Hyde goes to the Bills, and he does exactly what we knew.
He's a Pro Bowler. He's a Pro Bowler over there.
Why? I remember when we got rid of Micah Hyde, I was like, why? Why? He just played great 2 years in a row. Why? Why?
That was Ted Thompson having to fork over the dough.
Yeah.
Who do we draft that year that replaced him?
Was it Quentin Rollins that year? Was that the Quentin Rollins year?
It was somebody that was a bust, a big time bust.
When did we trade the Browns? We traded the Browns for like a 7th round pick or something.
I don't even remember. I just remember that.
No, but bro, it was horrible.
But now we have new management that drafts pretty good defensive players. Luckily,
no, we draft hella good defense.
Hey, I want to ask you guys a question in all seriousness. A Lions fan going to Packer fans. Do you see a difference that's starting to happen with the way teams are running their teams and the way they're paying players and the way that, I mean, they're drafting like weird. Nobody thought the Lions would draft what they did, but
I think you mean like the discrepancy between contracts for running backs, and now all of a sudden you're seeing running backs be drafted early in the first round when that usually didn't happen. Yep. Things like that.
Just everything.
Tight ends are now starting to creep up into first rounds when that never usually happened before. Like you would have to be one special fucking talent to hit the first round as a tight end.
Yeah,
right?
we took Bubba Franks. He was a first rounder.
Yeah, well, that was one of the best picks you ever took in your life. I'm telling you, I hated him. He killed us every game.
The Bubba Zone. That was the red zone. They call it the Bubba Zone.
That's what it was. Yeah, Randall for Kaiser.
I remember Bubba Franks had a lot of talent and he had a lot of promise, but it just never came to fruition the way we thought
yeah, there it is. No, hey, dude's got it. Demarius Randall for Deshaun Kaiser. That was it.
I know it's good to Browns. I remember that trade, yeah.
You know what Deshaun Kaiser's most famous game is ever? It's the game where Aaron Rodgers got hurt and he put us down 24-3 and Aaron Rodgers came back and won the game. That is Deshaun Kaiser's most famous game ever.
2018, opening game against the Bears.
if anyone's ever like, do you remember Deshaun Kaiser? It's like, oh yeah, it's the guy that played for the Packers and Aaron Rodgers saved his ass.
He threw an interception to Khalil Mack.
Dude, what was that? The second play of the game, or for
Yeah.
him?
It was horrible.
It was either the first or second play for Deshaun Kaiser in the game. He gets drilled, throws it right to.
It was just another hole that Rodgers had to dig us out of when he came back from injury.
Yeah, and then they asked him how he felt about winning the game in his interview after the game, and he went, "I like turtles." That dude was hopped up, man. He looked like Brett Favre on a normal day.
Yeah. Hey man, we seen some magic in Green Bay, man. I'm not gonna lie, man. We've seen some really magical games.
So Chad, what's the most magical game you've ever seen for the Lions?
When Rodgers threw that Hail Mary and won it in Michigan.
Oh, when his face mask got pulled and he threw
John Dorn.
But no minutes
Take that corn cob and you know where to put it. No, my most memorable is when the season I think we only won one game when Matt Stafford came back out after getting his ribs broken the final game.
You guys didn't win one game that year. I think you guys won like 6 that year, but that was against the Browns when his ribs got broken. He came back.
Yeah, well, whatever.
Yeah,
that game, that was
no one ever said Stafford wasn't tough, man. He was a good. I'm telling you, he's the best quarterback you guys had in a long time.
He was a wild West gunslinger, man. He was a Brett Favre prototype.
4,000 yards on average, man. That guy was fucking a beast.
Nope.
I think the most magical game for Lions fans was when Brett Favre threw it in the back of the end zone in the playoffs at the end of the game.
I hate you. I hate you. We put our hands team in. Listen, no. We put our hands team in. We had Herman Moore in there in front of. It was a tight end that caught it, I think, too, wasn't it?
The best football shots ever. The slow motion where Brett Favre's pass is going.
Hands team.
There's defenders going like this as the ball goes past. They're crossing and the ball is just flying right through.
You're talking about the Rodgers game. I'm talking about when Brett Favre threw that touchdown in the back of the end zone. What did we win? 28?
Oh, man. Okay, I'm sorry. Now I feel bad about 2 games you remind me of. Shit.
Was that a playoff game or was that the last game of the season to kick them out?
No, it was the last game of the season. No, it was a playoff game. No, it was a playoff
game.
It had playoff implications.
No, it was a playoff game. This is back when Tampa was still in our division. It was a playoff game, and we got knocked out in the first
man, that's the last time you guys won the division, back when Tampa was still here.
It was 1995, and we ended up winning that game. That's cool. It doesn't tell me.
No, we went 12-4 in 91.
Yeah, they went 12-4.
Going to the new, unless you're going.
They won the NFC Championship. Or went to the NFC Championship game, but didn't win it.
So 1993.
Because they never been in the Super Bowl ever.
It was 1993.
No,
you guys ended up having a game ahead of us that year. In the playoff game, we ended up winning 28-24 because Brett Favre threw a touchdown in the back of the end zone to win the game.
No. That was the year we played him 3 times. We played him 3 times. We bet him in the playoffs.
I think it was Sterling Sharp that caught the ball, wasn't it? If I remember correctly.
I don't care who caught it. Does it make you feel better? I'm crying.
Hey, Chad, how does it feel to be the same old Lion?
Shut up, John Dorn.
Same old Lion.
2 years later, we played the Lions in the playoffs again, and we beat them.
Hey, Chad, I'm going to say, man, I've watched you guys have a lot of good teams. I heard it a lot of times how you guys are going to win this year. You guys had all the picks and all lined up. I'm still waiting, bro.
I got us at 12 this year is our ceiling.
Double digits, or you guys, it's a fail. If you don't get 10 wins, it's a fail.
Floor is 10, ceiling is 12. I've got the Packers floor at 8, ceiling at 10.
I said 10 to 13. You guys are gonna. It's gonna be there. And I think we're gonna be 10 to 12. So I mean, it's gonna be close.
The Vikings aren't gonna win 5 games.
I think your guys' floor would be like 8 games, and your ceiling would be like
no. No,
way,
Nick.
No
You're only
way.
saying that because you're gonna have to draw a dick on your face after we win
Yeah,
10.
he's gonna, because there's no way we're only gonna win.
A tattoo on my
8,
chest.
no.
That's after That's after 6, Nick. After 10, you're gonna draw a dick on your face.
I never said that. I never said that.
Yeah, Nick.
No,
yeah,
you
Nick.
did. I heard you.
No.
Hey, Nick. If you never said that, that means I don't gotta shave everything from the neck up.
So we made that bet.
Oh yeah, we made that bet. You're gonna draw a dick on your face, and I'm gonna shave from the neck up if I lose.
If we win,
remember that.
Yeah, 10 games. It's got to be 10 games or more.
No, I really believe that.
When we hit double digits, Nick, you're drawing a big old dick with a Sharpie on your face.
All right, bet.
I don't see
it already is. We already got it.
I don't see
There's video evidence.
I don't see Chicago beating you. There's 4 games right there.
I think we should be able to win 8 to 9 games. I think that's a.
We're gonna win 10 at least.
I do. I believe the division is coming down to Packers or Lions.
Oh yeah, it's definitely between the Packers and the Lions. The rest of the scrubs are just are fighting for the basement.
And I believe Minnesota is going to be in the cellar. I
believe so too. I think they're going to go first to worst.
Pretty much, man. Maybe 4 or 5 games max for them. And the Bears, the Bears are winning 7.
Yeah, I was saying when you speak of the Vikings, I still think about the idea that they're eventually going to have to find a new face at QB next year.
Yeah, where is Brett Hundley? We traded his ass away. That's how good he was. But he beat the Bears.
Yeah. Remember he had the championship belt on too, and he was smacking it. He was like, yeah.
Well, what do you think the TJ Hawkinson contract's going to be? That's going to be $12 to $15 million a year.
Bro, they got to pay. If they want to keep a premium tight end, they're going to have to pay.
Yep. And then there's Justin Jefferson. That's $25 to $30 million a year. I guarantee that's what he's going to command.
They're going to be upside down going into the season.
They're going to have to draft the quarterback and run with a quarterback for like 4 years. Like, that. I don't
man,
see,
no one's going to say that. I just don't. They lost a lot. They lost a lot more than they replaced.
Yeah.
Huh? Yeah, I don't think getting Montgomery and losing Williams was gaining. I think that was losing, in my opinion.
I don't think so.
I do.
You're the
guy that broke the record for your franchise in touchdowns is
more
not
of a receiver. Montgomery is going to get the ball passed to him when he's 5 yards upfield before he's going to get it handed off to him. I do believe this, and
I don't think he's going to be able to punch it in nearly. You don't have a guy that can punch it in like Williams could. Every time that a Lions fan says like, "Well, it was like 3 yards away," do you know how fucking hard it is to punch it in from 3 yards away?
Yeah, Russell Wayne says he was a one cut and go kind of guy. That was all he was.
Here's what I'll give you: we'll line up Penei Sewell right there at the 2-yard line. Who's stopping him? Who's stopping him? No, I'm kidding. Come on, guys.
But you know what?
Let's have fun, Dorn.
Hey, I got a question for you, man. What is Jahmyr Gibbs going to be? Because in fantasy leagues they got him in like the top, he's like in the top 20 running backs, man.
I don't think he's going to be as much of a running back as he.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, you guys wouldn't got Montgomery. I mean, what is the realistic projections of Gibbs?
I see 10, possibly 10 carries a game for Gibbs.
10 touches or 10 carries?
10 touches for carries at the max. And then if he gets less than that, I see him getting the ball thrown to him 10 to.
So all you guys are in fantasy league. Don't believe the hype on Jahmyr Gibbs.
No, but his plays will be. They could be explosive. I mean, the guy's a dangerous player. So don't just say that. I mean, he could be the guy that dropping the ball in the middle of the field and he's gone. Ain't nobody touching him.
I mean, is Montgomery better than Jamil? Is Montgomery better than Jamil Williams?
Jamal Williams. He's not as a powerful 1-yard runner. No, by no means.
Has Montgomery had that many touchdowns in a season?
Jamal Williams is a lot more than just a 1-yard runner. When he was on Green Bay and Aaron Jones got hurt, he was having 100+ yard games.
Bro, you filled in like we didn't even lose a guy.
All right, fine. Pull it up. Go to PFF. Look up the yards per carry for Jamal Williams, and then look him up for David Montgomery.
Montgomery was like
if you want to
3.2
know,
last
the
year, wasn't he?
Montgomerys are far better. And the fact that the Lions average is 4.2 yards before contact on running plays.
Yeah, but that's last year. Now they're
That's
growing
their
every year.
okay. So whatever. Enough said. Look it up if you think I'm
Well,
lying.
Jamal Williams averages 4 yards a carry. David Montgomery averages 3.
Career.
Yes, career.
Okay. So they're pretty much the same.
You just try to act like Montgomery has such a higher yards per carry than Jamal
He's
Williams.
younger.
He's a 1 yard runner.
Look, man, I'm not saying there's not an upside. I'm just wondering what you went away from what was solid for you guys.
Okay, I'm sorry.
They just kicked him to the curb.
Whoa, hold on. Screech! Whoever this Facebook user is, you're wrong. He had more than 1,000 yards last year rushing, buddy.
He led the team. He led the team in rushing. I mean, what's his name? Fell off with injury.
Williams had 1,117 yards, I believe, and he had
1,066.
whatever. And he had 17 touchdowns.
This dude was a beast. Okay, that's
and most of his touchdowns were inside of 5 yards.
Okay, but how many passing did he have receptions too?
Yeah, he had some, but
he could because he had good hands. Jamal has good hands.
He's never been a great receiver. The most he's ever had is 262 yards. He's had 5 receiving touchdowns, so it's moderate, but that's still pretty good for a running back. I would think.
Bro, for what the Lions have had and put up there, I mean,
hey, they offered
Swift
him the
sucked
money.
ass. Swift is sucked ass. Swift is an injury-prone fucking punk.
His agent screwed him. The Lions offered him first the same money that they offered Demont.
Greg, why don't you jump on?
Demont took it, and
Jason too.
That's
Jason
a good take, Greg. That's pretty good. So you think he's going to do 1,000 yards? Greg says,
Greg, if you guys want to jump on. Greg, jump on, Greg.
That's a good. No. Literally, if that's what I mean, because I'm serious. In most fantasy leagues, I've already done 3 or 4 drafts. Jahmyr Gibbs is up there, man. He's in the top fucking 15. I mean.
I'm
for running backs, and I'm like, why is he so high if he's just going to be a fucking number 2 guy for the Lions?
I'm a guy that follows this every day. He's a receiver, not a running back.
To make Packers fans smile real quick, this is going to give you nostalgia of a sort right here. That pass where Rodgers was getting hit, and he flung it in the back of the end zone, and Jamal Williams with the beautiful catch. Dude, that won the game. Well, actually, that Aaron Jones run where he took the fuck off, I think it was 60-plus yards for that touchdown.
Well, I really fucking liked it. I really fucking liked it when Kirby Joseph picked off your fucking Queen Boy's last pass as a passer to seal the game.
You know what's funny? He only had 1 interception other than the Packers games. He wasn't.
Hey, bro, that was all for nothing, though, wasn't it?
Come on, man. Have fun.
He made Joseph.
Have fun. Whatever. John Dorn says all kinds of terrible things.
Now he's going to be a horrible fucking
season. Hey, man. Hey, look. If it was Rodgers' worst season playing for us, it was your best year. Congrats, bro.
Like I said, our down years are up year. Wonder why that is.
Let me bring up something real quick, Chad.
Yeah.
Your fan base is saying things like Jahmyr Gibbs is better than Bijan Robinson, even though everything I've seen about Bijan Robinson, apparently that guy's a real fucking deal. He's looking really good. So what do you think about your fan base, your fellow fan base, saying stuff like that Jahmyr Gibbs is somehow better than Bijan Robinson?
I think they're stupid, and I don't think they realize how Jahmyr Gibbs is going to be utilized. We're not going to hurt him like we did with DeAndre Swift.
Yeah, that was unfortunate. To be honest. I mean, I'm not a Lions fan, but I thought Swift was actually really, really talented, and he just got ate up, man. He got beat the fuck up.
And come on, week 7 we get J-Mo back, and he's he's one of the fastest people on the field. Yeah, you can say you have somebody faster, but whatever. All he needs to do is make
fast. I mean,
bro, who cares if he can run? Can he catch?
In the league,
every team's got a good fast receiver.
Well, we get him back in week 7. Unfortunately, I think we play you week 5 or 6.
I hear J-Mo's sucking ass in camp. That's what they're saying.
let's be honest about this, Chad.
Bull crap.
Let's be honest about this, Chad. He's one of the fastest receivers in the league. He's actually not one of the fastest overall players in the league. There's guys that are on practice squads that are faster than guys that we have on both of our teams.
And they'll never see the NFL field.
I know. I understand that. I'm just saying.
J-Bo's Josh Gordon all over again.
Lions got this corner. I think his name is Barnes. He's fucking fast. Well, you think he's a corner. Barnes for the Lions?
Yeah, they're not going to use him out. They'll use him.
That guy's fast, though.
I think they'll use Barnes in the nickel.
So look,
he'll put him inside on tight ends and
people really can't be this stupid. How do you have 1,066 yards in a season and all your yards came at the goal line? That's not
true, bro.
That's not what I said.
Not you. It's a Facebook user. Somebody put the comment up, Chad. Somebody put the comment up there, Chad.
That means Jamal Williams had 1,000 carries then, right? Because they were all at the goal line. No,
well, he should have had like 30 touchdowns then.
Yeah, how the fuck?
He had 17. And most of his touchdowns.
Yes, most of his touchdowns were the goal line, but he still was your primary back for most of the season.
Absolutely, I miss him. Don't think I don't miss him.
And one thing about Jamal Williams, I mean, he brings that. He lifts up that offense. He lifts up that offense. His spirits, everything. And
I mean, all you Lion fans, you talk shit about how good your offense was. If it wasn't for Williams, your offense wouldn't have been that fucking good.
If it wasn't for our offensive line. Williams.
No, that's not necessarily true because you had other running backs that were not succeeding in the same ways.
You want to go there? Who has the best offensive line in the league? Probably San Fran. Then second, or what? Who? Kansas City. You gonna say Kansas City has the best?
I don't know. You think San Francisco's got the best O line?
Didn't the Packers rank higher than the Lions last year? Weren't we fourth and the Lions were fifth?
The Lions had one of the. No, we had the average best offensive line in the.
No, I believe the Packers ranked fourth in offensive line last year, and the Lions ranked fifth.
I don't think he's gonna. I don't think Keshawn Nixon is playing wide receiver, but he is.
What are you talking about, buddy? As a
punter,
he's one of the best in the whole fucking league. I know that. He's a fucking cornerback, and sometimes he plays a little bit of like nickel.
What we're talking about in practice, they did have him come in to.
They put a package in with Keshawn Nixon on offense, bro.
Doesn't make him a wide receiver all of a sudden.
No. I know, but I don't know that it's wide receiver that he's in playing that position. I think he's just in there as a decoy.
This is one of these flawed fullback
blocker
People
type
just
guy.
make shit up like this. Like David Montgomery can catch, run, so can fucking Jamal Williams. I don't see how that's a relevant argument. Jamal Williams can easily run the ball very well. Apparently better than David Montgomery can because he averages 4 yards per carry. And as we've all seen, Jamal Williams is a very capable pass catcher. Okay,
but look at the offensive line that Montgomery had to run behind. No, look, we allow 4.3 yards before contact, and they allow 2-point-some yards before contact.
Say it's because of the offensive line. Is Derrick Henry good because of the offensive line? Is Christian McCaffrey good because of the offensive line? No, that's not how it works, man. You have good running backs that have great skills.
Good running backs create, they create that. They create their own. They create their own magic. The good running backs do.
So if Josh Jacobs goes to the Lions, right, and he starts running really, really well, is it because of the offensive line all of a sudden, or is it Josh Jacobs who has a terrible offensive line and is running the ball well either way?
Oh, it depends on both.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. You're trying to make it out to be Jamal Williams, a guy that's already been proven to be a good running back regardless. It was only good because of the offensive line. It's just not true. That is a flawed
He was offered
argument.
the same exact contract, and he declined it.
How many years did Barry Sanders play for the Lions and they sucked ass? And their only bright spot was Barry Sanders because he could go out there and take on any defense and shred it.
I want to say 7 or 8 years he played.
He didn't play. He quit because it was too much.
Bright spot. Lomas Brown was Chris Spielman. Scott Mitchell. Hey, he was a middle of the line quarterback. He wasn't like garbage. He wasn't like Fields.
Yeah, I seen that they're putting Reed back there and they put Wicks back there too. to do
Yeah.
punt returns.
Reed is a punt return.
No, I heard Reed was back on punt returns.
Yeah,
That's what
and
he's
Wicks.
saying. Punt returns.
And Wicks. And so they want. I don't think they want Reed really to do it much if he's going to be a full time on the defense. You know what I mean? But
Yeah, you don't want your
Hey.
full-time wide receiver guy to be
Excuse
like a
me,
full-time
fellas.
punt returner, you know?
Excuse me. I know this may be off topic, but if I had to address what Chad said about San Fran having the best offensive line, last season their offensive line was ranked 18 out of all
Damn.
teams.
Wow.
Whose O-line was that?
The Niners.
The 49ers.
Yeah, all right, so they're not the best O-line. I didn't think they were. I didn't think
the Eagles. Wasn't it the Eagles that had the best offensive
Yeah.
line last year?
Oh, defensive line. San Fran had the best defensive line.
Yeah, but you said we're talking offense.
Okay,
Offense.
okay, you're right. I messed up. Yep. And
Real quick,
it probably was.
this comment's not true. I've literally seen Jamal Williams make catches that Montgomery's never made before.
Yeah.
This is not true, this comment right here. But so Darian, you had the stats up. It wasn't it the Eagles' offensive line last year that was the best? Dude, they didn't give up shit last year.
It was.
Yes, they were number 1 last year. Number two behind them was the Browns.
Ooh,
Yeah.
okay.
Really? The Browns?
I can't believe that.
Wow.
That is surprising.
That is surprising. Holy shit. Well, no, Nick Chubb's a pretty good running back, bro. And there may be a reason for that.
But Deshaun Watson sucked. Like,
Yeah, no, but they rely on their run game in Cleveland.
True that. Keep going, Darian. I want to hear more.
Eagles was 1. Number 2 was the Browns. Kansas City was number 3.
I'm not shocked by that.
The Super Bowl champs, of course.
Number 4 was the Ravens.
Wow, really?
Wow.
Yeah.
They were protecting
And-
Tyler Huntley like that, huh?
Yeah. And Detroit was up there at number 5.
Okay,
Yeah, I
so
know.
they were above us. Well, where were the Packers last year?
I'll give it to you, Detroit. I'll give it to
Number
you.
8. So
Number 8. Okay.
And you guys, and remember, you guys dismantled that number 5th.
You retired Aaron Rodgers.
So look. This is another like uneducated fucking. So look.
I know. I love it.
Who's the starting running back the first 3 weeks for the Saints?
It's going to be Williams because Kamara's already been suspended.
Yeah.
So
He's already got a suspension, bro.
I think it's fair to say that Williams might either flirt with or surpass 1,000 yards. I think he might.
Didn't he only get 3 games for gambling? And
No, he got for some fight, whatever.
Didn't he get 3 games for gambling, or am I wrong? Or was it a
No, man, he assaulted a guy. They beat 2 or 3 guys beat the guy at the Pro Bowl. When they were in Vegas for the Pro Bowl, they beat a guy to an inch of his life, put him in the emergency room.
This is such an irrelevant. I don't even know what the argument is at this.
That's what Kamara's facing, man.
This person, whoever you are, Facebook user, you don't have any good valid points whatsoever. Like this is just bullshit at this
Look,
point.
I mean, honestly, bro, it's going to come down to they're not going to believe anything until they see what Montgomery can do this season.
I'm just saying, like
they replaced the Lions after. I mean, you guys did so well, and then all of a sudden, you guys replaced your entire running game.
But Jamal Williams is the starting running back for the first 3 weeks, right? Not only that, the Saints are a highly running back by committee type team. They have always had a smash mouth guy with a Kamara type guy. They always do that. So,
yeah, it was Mark. Wasn't it Mark Ingram with Kamara for a while?
Mark Ingram.
Mark Ingram.
Who was the guy that came from the Raiders that they also had? It wasn't Mark Ingram. It was before that. It was someone else. I can't remember. But
yeah, no, but you're right. He did go to the Raiders. I know who you're talking about. I can't think of his name.
Always have a smash mouth dude.
They got a puncher. They got a puncher and a catcher.
So I'm not so crazy to think in my own head that Williams won't have 1,000 yards. I think he'll be utilized very similar as the Lions utilize him, and I could see 1,000 yards easily. I really could.
And I can see him getting 15 touchdowns easily.
I could too. I could. Because Alvin Kamara is such a finesse running back. Like he's a flare out. He's a receiver. He's a fucking run outside the tackles type guy. Whereas you need a Williams, man. You need a Jamal
Williams is the bull. You're right.
Green Bay needs an A.J. Dillon, right? We need A.J. Dillon. You know what I mean?
You need a bruiser.
Yeah, as far as another running back the Saints had, that is still here. They had Eno Benjamin.
Oh no.
Oh yeah, Benjamin. Yep.
Benjamin, yes, he filled in for yes. He had a couple big games.
Yeah, and he ranked number, and he had 81.3 in terms of the run game according to PFF. That was his
but he
grade as a
had
rusher.
few runs though, correct? He didn't have many runs.
No, but when he played, I remember that guy. He filled in.
I do too. Yeah, how many runs did he have?
I play fantasy football, man. I manage like 25 teams, man. Like those are the edge guys that you be flirting with every week. You know, injury guys.
You know what? The only thing I'm really worried about this year is our kicker Carlson, man.
Bro, he's become a problem. You are, and the fact that we spent the 6th round pick on him, we haven't talked about that yet.
He nailed
usually when you spend a draft pick on a kicker, you're fucking saying he's awesome.
No, man. I'm going to the Lion chat, and I'm going to say I was the only Lion fan in here with a bunch of Packers, and they're complaining about their kicker. What the fuck? I mean, come on. At least your kicker's better than ours.
Bro, he's been now. He started out he missed like his first one or so, and then he hit like a bunch in a row. And now he's like missed a bunch in a row.
What about it? What they were saying is something about the holder and the fucking it's just the way I guess the different holders.
In Green Bay, apparently you can miss like 7 kicks in a season and be all right. So
when was David Montgomery in the Pro Bowl?
He was never in the Pro Bowl.
I don't think he's ever been in the Pro Bowl.
No, but he deserved it a couple times.
This is a flawed argument. First of all, Jamal Williams has never made the Pro Bowl. Okay, what does that got to do with anything we've been talking about? And then he says Montgomery Pro Bowl behind worst offensive line Bears. No, I don't see that he's ever made the Pro Bowl before.
David Montgomery has never made the Pro Bowl.
Maybe as an alternate. There's somebody in the show.
In fact, he's a top 20 running back in the NFL, and that's just what.
That's all he's ever been. I know he's never been a top 5, never been a top 10.
He's somewhere, but he can be a little better. Than
he's adequate. He's an average guy. He could get you by.
So Chad, it's got to at least irritate you in some certain levels. It probably doesn't.
Yes, it fucking irritates me. Yes,
when people say shit like that, that's got to irritate you at certain levels.
Do I want Jamal Williams back? Fuck yes, I do.
But when people, when people make shit like that up, when they're like Montgomery made the Pro Bowl, and we're like, no, he didn't.
No, he never has. You know what? But he's a top 20 running back in the league.
It's not a bad pickup. That will never be a bad pickup. But when people make shit up like that, that's why I don't like going into all Packers groups a lot of the times, because I'll start seeing shit where I'm like, that's not true. That's not true. That's a bad opinion. That's a bad prediction. Like, what the fuck are we doing here, man? Like, everyone is so distraught and so worried about what's about to happen that they start just making shit up. It's almost like word vomit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I can't wait till we play each other because, well, we have better safeties than you. You have better corners than us.
We're roasting lion on Thanksgiving, man. Just fucking understand that. Roasting lion, baby. Roasting lion on Thanksgiving.
We do have better edge rushers than you, but you have better.
Fuck that you're ducking. We're going to have lion.
Guys.
I don't know about better because when we have Rashawn Gary
I'm going to call the game
together, I don't know about that. I will say, can you compare it? Sure. Can you have an opinion on it? Sure. But to say that you guys have better edge rushers than us, I don't believe that.
Hey man, can you get Lions somewhere?
One thing about when the Lions played the Packers past year, they only put 15 points up. They only put 20. Our defense played great against their offense. We shut their offense down. At least minimized the damages.
Yeah, but our edge rushers played great against you because
we had
John Dorn. Come on, man. You've lost 3 of the last 4 games.
Hey man,
they were close.
Hey Chad, remember this, Hercules. He's coming for you boys. He's coming for you boys,
bro. Rashawn Gary is a better edge rusher than anybody the Lions have.
It's going to be Hercules on one side and Gary on the other, and they're just going to meet at the quarterback.
I don't know, man. Really?
It
is possible. Hutchinson. No, in the north. It is I'm not saying he is, but it is possible Hutchinson can become the best outside
He's
passer.
going to be. Hey, Hutch is going to be a great pass rusher, no doubt. He got 9 sacks last year. What did he get? 9?
Rashawn Gary had 6 sacks in 9 games. In 9 games. That means that
guess
there was
what?
8
In
games.
7 games, James Houston had 8.5. And a forced fumble and a fumble recovery and an
And he
interception.
can't tackle worth shit, and he can't fucking stop the run.
Yeah, well,
Our pass rush only got better adding Van Ness. Watch.
No, it did. I will
It
not.
only got better, man. It's,
It did.
and if Gary can be there for week 1, maybe Fields' season's over week 1.
I think Finesse is going to be the guy that's reading everything that's going on in the middle and going to communicate to the people in front of him.
Don't forget that Andy Barty is playing the starting role right now while Rashawn Gary's out.
He's been killing it in camp for
Our depth is only improving because of the injury to Gary.
Name a fan from another fan base that's going to say that you're going to win 10 games. And I really do believe you guys are probably going to win about 10 games.
We're going to win 10, man. I got it.
We had Jamez on here, and when we were saying 8 to 9 games, he was like, no, I don't think that's crazy. Like, you guys could probably win. And we started talking about 10 games. He was like,
no, that's what I'm thinking.
So there are
it's on record. It's on record. If the Lions don't get double-digit wins, it's a failed season.
Yeah, and
it's on record, if they don't get 10 wins, it's a failed season for the Lions.
Then we can put another record on there, you Packer slappy. Well, if
okay, Darcy.
Hang on. If the Vikings don't finish dead last in the league, it doesn't matter what the Lions.
Bro, I don't think the Lions are going to finish dead last. The Lions are not going to finish dead last.
I'm telling you, the Vikings are going.
Oh, I believe that. I believe the Vikings and the Bears are fighting for the basement.
I don't think they're going to win 5 games. I really don't. They're not going to beat the Bears. They're certainly not going to beat the Packers. They're not going to beat us. I
think we're going to go 5-1 in the division. We're going to split with you fucking Lion fuckers.
I got you guys.
I think that's the only game we're going to lose in the division is the Lions.
You guys at 4-2 and us at 5-1, so that's close.
We're going to sweep the Bears for 5 straight. It's going to be 5. We got to make a special room for 5 straight.
I mean, Vikings wouldn't get a break. They just got headed that Lynch, that defensive tackle Lynch, lost for a year now. He tore his ACL today or yesterday.
Who?
Lynch.
Vikings.
James Lynch, their defensive tackle.
Really?
Yeah, he tore his ACL.
There's a lot of guys going down in preseason early.
A lot of fucking people.
A lot. You guys watched the game last night. Come on. All right. It was the first game of the season. I know all you motherfuckers watched it.
Yep. I like that Browns quarterback.
Yeah. What did you guys think of the Rodgers interview where they're like, when you went into the darks?
I don't want to see anything about Rodgers. I hate him.
Yeah, he can phone sand.
Well, to be honest, I really.
Bro, the only thing I hate about Rodgers is that he left. That's the only thing, man.
Well,
I hate that
I'm just gonna be honest.
And held your team hostage.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Sorry, A-Dub. Go ahead, A-Dub.
Yeah, I was going to say, to be honest, I didn't watch the game last night because I felt it was meaningless at the time, especially when it came to certain guys that weren't going to play.
Yeah, but it's the Pro Bowl game. I mean, I watch it just because of that. I mean, there's a lot of guys. Like, one of those guys, he's been waiting 35 years to get in.
I don't even watch it, if I'm being honest.
35 fucking years, bro. He's in now.
Did anybody get injured in the game at all?
Yeah.
There was a couple guys.
Yeah, Jets, mostly in the Jets.
Look, they didn't play Rodgers. Rodgers got to sit out, but he got to do the interview. Rodgers was running down the sideline like he was a coach.
He also got to do the darkness.
Yeah, the darkness interview, bro. I mean, did you see that when he did that?
He looked mad. He looked like he was irritated about that.
I guarantee he wasn't expecting to hear that. I guarantee you.
Think about it, you guys. Am I crazy or not? Do you think Rodgers has enough money to buy the Jets?
No. You're talking
No,
about
but he had enough money to like cut a deal where he can make it. He's making everybody believe he's coming back for at least another second season for them.
This is a New York team. It's going to cost you $1 billion plus to buy that team. Rodgers doesn't have that money.
Yeah, he just bought a 9.5 mansion, I guess, today.
So if Rodgers had the money to buy like the New York Jets, he wouldn't have bought one fraction of the Bucks. He would have bought, a bigger portion. But no, dude, these guys, unless you're like LeBron James or Michael Jordan or some shit like that, you don't have the money to buy teams and shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, LeBron James runs a fucking game show, man. He runs the wall. He puts his money up for that.
Also, the only active sports player to ever have $1 billion net worth while playing sports. Michael Jordan has more than $1 billion. He crossed that line, I think, 10 years ago, or maybe 7 years ago. But he was, way past after he retired. LeBron James he was actively playing and be a billionaire. It's kind of look. Cool. You can say whatever you want about LeBron James, but that's actually impressive as fuck. I'm not gonna lie. He's invested his money really well.
You know what I'm saying,
bro?
That's the money.
So LeBron James has nothing to worry about. Even if he's not, even if he's not the GOAT, he's fucking done very well for himself.
He doesn't have to be the GOAT. Look, personally, I don't think he's the GOAT of basketball, but that's not to say that he's not the best basketball player I've ever seen. Okay, so there's the BOAT, and then there's the GOAT. There's the best you've ever seen and the greatest you've ever seen. Michael's got the resume. He's got the achievements. I get that part of it. So does Kareem, Magic Johnson, all these guys, Kobe Bryant. I think LeBron might possibly, I'm just saying possibly, it's for argument's sake, I think he might be the best overall basketball player I've ever watched, but there's a lot more to it. What we're talking about right now, this is business, man. LeBron James is doing shit that nobody's ever done. You know what I mean? Like business-wise, money-wise. Dude, he's doing shit that – why didn't Kobe Bryant have money like that? You know what I mean? He started to before he died, but why –
What about Dennis Rodman?
Why don't these athletes have the money that they invest and they start to grow things like, for example, LeBron James? That guy clearly has people on his side that are smarter than us. You know what I mean?
No, you're right, bro. No, bro, I'm serious. Look, you seen the show The Wall, right? LeBron James is like he's like the financial backer for that show. Like his money goes out. His money is what those people are winning.
See, then you can be like Addison and go buy a fucking Lamborghini and go 140 miles an hour.
And see, LeBron James has really nice cars, but he doesn't go out and spend it on Lamborghinis and shit like that.
Man,
for no reason, you know what I mean?
Look, I don't have nothing against any athlete that puts himself out there and does what they do. Yeah. If it's based on how many wins you have, I mean, it's just like everybody. The argument is Tom Brady the GOAT over Aaron. Look, the most accurate passer I've ever seen play is aronRodgers. You guys can tell me anything you want, but I'm not going to believe. I mean, I've seen it. The numbers are there. He's the most accurate passer in the NFL history.
If I'm being honest,
to me,
you can argue Peyton Manning, except in his rookie season, he threw 28 interceptions.
I'm not gonna say that because Peyton Manning, Peyton Manning's the definition of using what you got around you. He had some decent fucking help.
Accuracy, there's so many components to it. It depends what you're talking about because aronRodgers can fit a ball. aronRodgers could throw a golf ball into a garden hose. Okay, I've seen it.
I agree with you. I agree. The most accurate passer ever to play the game, aronRodgers.
But let's fucking hope you guys don't have to play him in the fucking Super Bowl then, because
but consistent accuracy.
Accuracy is not the only thing to it, bro.
Consistent accuracy.
You might play him in a regular season.
Would that be the craziest thing in the world?
A-Dub's going to go after me. Consistent accuracy, like repetition, like overall consistent accuracy. As much as I don't think this guy is anywhere near as good as Rodgers ever was, I think Drew Brees actually might be the most consistent, accurate quarterback I've ever watched because the passes that he throws, especially over the middle, are just right there, bro, every single time. And he does it every year. He goes 70% and beyond. I think for seasons, for a career, the most overall accurate passer I've ever watched was probably Drew Brees.
I thought you were going to say Rivers.
Huh?
I thought you were going to say Rivers.
Both are close.
Hey,
and
Rivers had
Jared
his
Goff
time
is
too.
right
where-
there.
Rivers has
Because
had
they're all
his
pocket
seasons, but
You know what though?
It's
To,
'cause
to
they throw
Rob's
short
point,
passes.
that's not to say that Breeze and Rivers could ever throw an accurate pass to say that the same way that Rodgers ever could, right? Like they
No,
can.
like I don't know. I watched Rodgers throw 175 yards on the field and beat me. I think on more than one occasion.
So
And,
like I'm saying, to Rob's point, I don't think they have the same type of accuracy that like Rodgers when he's pinpointing it 60 yards down the field. They didn't
Right.
have that. But
They've
a
got-
consistent accuracy every day of repetition. Drew Brees is he's the standard for accuracy, man. The ball's right there every single time.
But you know what? By the end of the day, right now, I'll take Jordan Love over fucking Aaron Rodgers right now.
Right now, sure.
that was the question, man. Is Jordan Love good enough to beat what Rodgers did last year?
John Dorn, I have a question for you, my friend. You are my friend because you haven't even blocked me on Facebook. Not much, buddy. Would you trade Jordan Love for Jared Goff right now?
No way. No way.
I appreciate
Is that a legit question?
No way.
I had to ask. Come on, man.
way.
I'm a Lions fan. I had to ask him that.
No way.
Bro, I wouldn't take Jared Goff over a lot of guys, man. I mean, I understand he did well for you guys last year, but that's only, I mean.
I would take Justin Fields over Goff.
Jared Goff is what?
You're lying. Wait a minute. Come on.
Holy shit. Are you serious, John Dorn? You take Fields over Goff?
He's no.
I wouldn't. Hell no.
Hell no. I know you don't mean that.
So
Don't make him do a running quarterback.
Look,
Just
all
run
right.
it.
You know what? I did promise A-Dub some time. I'm just going to say that Jared Goff is turning 29. I don't think that the position that we're in with all the brand new shit that we just started doing with our new era, I do not think that Jared Goff fits our mold and is the answer for us. So I wouldn't do it. I want to see what Jordan Love can do. And if he can't do it, then we move on and we get another quarterback. That's the only reason why I would say I don't want Jared Goff right now. But A-Dub, go ahead. You had a whole lot to say, and I cut you off. Go ahead.
Well, I was just responding to what Chad had to say. Like, while there's a good chance we may not play Rodgers at the Super Bowl, there's every chance we could play him in the regular season, depending on how both teams finish.
But okay, A-Dub, do you think Jared Goff is going to somehow like fix our problems? Like, I just feel like that's a dead end for us. Like,
Nope. I mean, one thing is, Goff had his chances when it came to playing with the Rams, getting them over, getting them as far as he could. Didn't do much. Wasn't that much he did there. Like the Rams, they paid a massive haul to Goff after that Super Bowl year, and it didn't work out. So I'm not so sure if I take that chance with him right now.
and let's be honest, I actually think that Jared Goff is a very helping component to the Lions progressing and getting better as a franchise. But I don't think he's the guy. I think he's your bridge quarterback right now. And not in the sense that it's like we're just letting him hang out there and get killed while we figure shit out. I think you guys are figuring shit out. I think he's your higher end bridge quarterback right now for when you guys are developing and getting ready to actually be a consistently good franchise. I don't think Jared Goff's going to win you.
The hooker gets complete.
Yeah. Dude, you guys got Hooker. Who's to say that in a few years when
that's my point.
I've never seen Jordan Love play a full season too. So in all fairness, man, I love you guys.
Hooker's supposed to be the elite.
But because we haven't seen what Jordan Love can do, he sat for 3 years, and we have to see what he can do. There's no point in trading him for Jared Goff right now.
No, there's not.
At a dead end with a bridge quarterback. There's no way.
Why would we do that?
It was a hypothetical. I think Jared Goff.
That's a crazy hypothetical. Why would we do that?
Well,
Ben Johnson will get a head coaching job.
I think
he's
Chad's
going
just
to
doing
trade.
it for argument's sake, right? Like just.
No, I'm not. I'm just trying. Yeah, come on.
This is.
But I do think when Ben Johnson leaves for a head coaching job, I 100% 100% think Jared Goff is gone with him, and we'll get a first.
You're
round.
probably right about that, but I don't know why he would end up being on the Packers roster. No fucking way.
It was a hypothetical question.
So look, I seen A-Dub and John Dorn reading this comment, and A-Dub, you look like you got something on your mind. Like he's like, oh my god, what do you think about this? Because I think this is ridiculous. Comment.
There's no way he's a fucking Cam Newton. First of all, let's just clear that up.
What are you talking about?
Griffin was never a great passer. I mean, he was a great runner.
Neither was Cam Newton.
Actually,
well, no, Cam Newton's his rookie year, he had like the greatest start ever. He had I mean, he seriously put up big numbers for his rookie season.
Maybe rushing the ball.
And he had
but his ass still wasn't Jordan Love. He still
I'm not saying that, but there's no way that
Cam Newton's completion percentage for his career. What is it right here?
But he has like the greatest start for quarterbacks. He has one of the greatest starts for quarterbacks.
I guess he had a 60% completion percentage.
I think this is a comparison.
In 17 interceptions.
I compare him to Mahomes.
Bad.
I think this is comparison. I think the comparison. I guess this is the comparison to how Jordan Love moves in and out of the pocket. Like, what other quarterback can he be compared to who could run in and out the pocket?
I don't think we have enough tape on Jordan Love to compare him to anybody. I mean, seriously.
Jordan Love doesn't move in the pocket anywhere near like they do because they're looking to run like immediately. You know what I mean? Jordan Love sits in the pocket. You know who he reminds me of actually a lot of? Steve Young. Because Steve Young didn't look to run first, right? He looked and he looked and he looked and he tried to pass the ball. And the second he couldn't pass the ball, that's when he took off.
You're right. Absolutely.
I see a lot of that where Steve Young had no fear in the pocket. He was like, if you're going to hit me, then fucking hit me. You know what I mean? And he stood there and he took it.
Funny thing is, I've seen somebody compare Jordan Love to Deshaun Kaiser.
Oh my god! Okay,
that's not even close, man. I don't even know how you can even come up with that.
It was a good show.
I'll take Jordan Love over a backup quarterback for sure.
I don't think Jordan Love is backup quarterback material.
I'm just saying that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying.
No, I know. I think you feel that way because Jordan Love is, in my opinion, he's got the talent for a starting quarterback. I truly believe that.
He's just got to get he's got to get the time. He's got to be proven.
I think he's got the talent.
You got to give him his due, man. Let him fucking earn his stripes, man.
Yeah, and that's what's going to happen.
He has so much talent. He's going to sweep the Lions.
He's going to control the game clock. He's going to do just like Jared Goff does, and throw the ball 5 to 8 yards and let the guy that catches it, get 3 or 4 more or whatever they get. And that's what I see they're going to do. Justin Fields is not even capable of this. Listen, I've watched. There's no way he panics too easily. The minute somebody gets through the line of scrimmage and is after him.
Well, that's a good question. You see that question there?
Jared
Look,
Goff
man.
does panic, and I think that he's very. If Jared Goff, if I had to compare him to someone, I would actually compare him to Derek Carr. If I'm being honest, that's the comparison that I see. A guy. One thing that's different between those two, though, Derek Carr clearly has a much bigger arm. He can fling that fucker. But Jared Goff in the pocket, his pocket presence is very like Derek Carr's, where it's like once he starts feeling the pressure, he kind of just like he kind of freaks out in moments. So
we're gonna.
But I thought Goff was the number 1 pocket passer in the league.
Jared Goff was
the number 1. See who it was?
Or 2-yard dump offs because it wasn't deep ball.
This season is going to be all about LaFleur.
Deep ball was one of the worst in the whole league last year.
And you want to defend the Green Bay running back. No, come on, look it up.
Maybe a Cutler.
I could be wrong.
Let's answer this. Let's answer this.
I could be wrong.
I think this is good material right here. Look. So we've all been on this show saying the same things together. We expect LaFleur's offense and his coaching to actually show up this year, right?
This is going to be the year. This is it.
If LaFleur doesn't show that he's a good coach this year, then maybe you're right. Maybe it was Aaron Rodgers carrying his ass. But I think I'll give LaFleur 2 years because if this year, we'll see what happens next year. Once next year starts, if LaFleur's offense and his coaching style is not getting this team into shape, I think it's time to move on. If I'm being honest, he's on the list.
I got you.
Honestly, though, I mean, Nick, I'm gonna say this: we didn't have 3 consecutive 13-win seasons. Yeah, we had Rodgers before then. We didn't have none of that.
Yeah, they were 9-6-1.
We didn't have none of that. We didn't have that consistency. We got it with LaFleur. He took us from 6-9-1. Remember that 6-9-1.
Aaron Rodgers is out there winning MVPs though, so I have to see what he
Look,
can do.
I agree, but because he was put in a better system.
Well,
Rodgers got his first MVPs off of Mike Holmgren's when he was new to the league. It was a brand new system.
Sure.
LaFleur comes in. LaFleur's running the show.
And
we have 13-win seasons.
I think LaFleur has a successful system. I really do.
I do. And we're going to find out if it's system or Rodgers this year.
I'm going to let A-Dub go, and then John Dorn, I'm going to let you finish what you were saying, all right? So A-Dub, go ahead, and then John Dorn, I'm going to let you finish what you were about to say, okay? Go ahead, A-Dub.
I was gonna say I would mostly agree with Robert to say that we're gonna see how good LaFleur is when it comes to the play call and the system being run by him. Like we're gonna see how that offense looks without Rodgers. Like
situational offense.
Yeah. Like when Rodgers was out there, you didn't see the full extent of LaFleur's offense because it was not his play. It was not his play calling that was seen out there. It was mostly Rodgers changing and audible everything.
Giving Rodgers the option to change the plays, like, you know what I mean? Rodgers is changing the fucking play every play. You know what I mean?
Yes, Rodgers was doing what he thought was best, and LaFleur is going to spoon feed every play to Love, and he's going to make Love be successful.
I love that. I want to see. So continue, A-Dub.
I want to see that too. That's what I'm. That's why I'm hopeful for our 10 wins, bro.
Me too.
Yeah, I was just saying what you guys were speaking about. That just leads to where this year we'll actually see more of LaFleur's offense than is Aaron Rodgers' offense now.
Yep.
To see if he is that good of a coach.
We've been saying this for fucking months now. Go ahead, John Dorn. Go ahead.
Okay, for one thing, LaFleur is pretty much a quarterback whisperer. He is, man. Matt Ryan, he was a quarterback coach when he won MVP. Goff, one of his best seasons was when fucking LaFleur was his coordinator, and then he comes here and he fucking gets off.
Wasn't LaFleur the quarterback coach for Ryan Tannehill when he had his best season with the Titans?
Yep.
Yes.
It
was a coach.
He's a quarterback whisperer, man. I'm telling you, he's a good coordinator, and now he's a good coach.
I think LaFleur's offense per se is gonna
hinged.
It's
gonna put Love in positions to not fail. Is what it's designed.
Exactly, Nick. That's exactly it.
One thing I don't want to see though. I know it's very synonymous to Kyle Shanahan, right? One thing I don't want to see is the breakdowns that Kyle Shanahan has had with his quarterbacks where it's like, oh, we're in the big moment, and all of a sudden it's like, oh, nosedive right when I need you. You know what I mean? I can't watch that, man.
One thing about it, though, you think about with Rodgers, he did not attack the middle. As soon as we got rid of fucking Rodgers, when they go in this offseason in the draft, we draft fucking Reed, we draft 2 tight ends to attack the freaking middle.
We haven't attacked the middle in a long time, John Dorn. You are correctly right about that.
Everything I've seen from this training camp, Love hits these guys in stride in the middle. Like he's been hitting these outs, these insides. What they've said that Love has struggled on is these deep passes. Now, let's be honest. Rodgers was the master of the deep pass, not last year, obviously, but for a long time.
But
right?
bro, I've already seen a couple plays where he's already hit a big bomb to Watson.
Oh, I
And
know.
another thing, they ain't doing the shotguns as much no more in preseason.
My thing is, though, if you can consistently dump the ball off or hit the middle, you're going to succeed a lot more. We've seen it. You're going to succeed a lot more. Rodgers, he started turning into Mark McGuire, where it was like it's either home run or nothing, right? You know what I mean? Like, and it started killing us at times.
I didn't like about Rodgers is when there's a definite rule where you follow where he would throw every pass. He believed in the pass over everything, and we lost a lot of games because we're passing and giving time on the clock back to the other team when we should be fucking running the ball.
And
And you've won a lot of fucking games doing the same thing too.
Yep, and one thing going too, I think his eyesight is going bad. Is going worse because he's missing the open guys.
The ayahuasca, man. The ayahuasca.
Ayahuasca, baby.
Look, where do you get these fucking comparisons from? Where it's Marcus Mariota or, it's like Brett Hundley. It's like, dude, these are two drastically different fucking quarterbacks.
Jordan Love is I'd say fucking Mahomes. Best comparison.
Oh, wait a minute.
Now we know. Now we know.
Actually,
John's
Chad,
making a joke.
hold on, Chad. Actually, when Jordan Love was coming out of college, they actually did compare him a lot to Mahomes in college. They did. That was a real thing. And it wasn't just like one guy or one beat writer. There was actually a lot of fucking experts.
He's got excellent sidearm. He can trick plays.
I know that sounds crazy, but that's a real thing. Go look that up. A lot of fucking people.
I don't believe any of you think that Jordan Love is even comparable.
I would never say that.
Bro, no one's saying that. No one's saying that. Look, he's going to take a couple years. Some stuff you got to build up by just being out there and taking the snaps. You can't just fucking just.
Lions fan. Yeah, I know.
You got to go out there and get the reps, man. You got to go get earn those stripes.
If I do it, my favorite player, I got his jersey, freaking gets suspended for 6 games. It sucks. I'm wearing his jersey. I feel like I'm in jail.
What are all the bullshit? What am I hearing? He's sucking in camp. What's all that about?
No, it's all lies. They all of a sudden the media said he dropped 4 passes in camp.
Bro, I'm going to tell you right now, he sounds like Jeff Gordon.
Well, okay, give me Jeff Gordon. Whatever, he's my
Jeff Gordon was a great wide receiver, but he couldn't stay on a fucking roster for nothing.
Well, for right now, he's my wide receiver, and I'll live with him because I am a Lions fan.
Week 7, if he's coming in week 7, I don't know. He might be able to save the season for you guys. I don't know.
Well, he'll definitely.
You guys might be 2-4 by week 7.
I don't know. I think we'll be 4-3.
4-3. Yep. What do you think week 1? They're hyping week 1.
I think we're gonna lose we'll lose.
Like I said, man, it's not about.
I
want to see how you guys win or lose. It doesn't matter if you guys lose. You should have lost because they're the world champs. But I want to see how bad you lose.
We're gonna lose to Seattle too because we don't match up well.
Really, you're gonna lose to Seattle? Really?
We don't match up well defensively.
If you think you're gonna lose to Seattle, you guys are not a Super Bowl contender.
Seattle's a good team. Seattle's a good team. Wait, Rob, did you say Jeff Gordon?
Yeah, I said Jeff Gordon.
Yeah, that's a NASCAR driver.
I meant Josh Gordon. I'm sorry, my bad. Hey, man.
I heard Jeff Gordon.
I hit the bottle pretty hard already, man.
Wait a minute. Jeff Gordon is one
of the Josh Gordon. I meant Josh Gordon, bro. My bad.
All right. I also think we're going to lose to Baltimore. I think we're going to lose the Green Bay game at Green Bay. And I think we're going to lose the Chicago game at Chicago.
Hey, is the Thanksgiving game in Detroit or in Green Bay? Because we're going to win the Thanksgiving game.
Detroit.
We're winning that game.
No, you're not going to win that.
I'm going to find out how I can roast some fucking lion.
Whatever. All right. You bring some lion, I'll eat it.
I'm going to fucking get some lion, man. I'm going to figure out how
you bring that lion.
I'm going to fucking figure it out, man.
I got you guys going to the playoffs, so I don't know, man.
Hey, Chad, look. You're one of the Lion fans I honestly have some respect for. I mean, you at least put it out there in some reality. There's a lot of Lion fans that don't put shit out there, man. They're just talking shit.
The Vikings are rock bottom,
That's
and I can't. And Viking fans that say
Have a good one.
that they think their team is good, it's like, you got to be kidding me. You're the epitome of the epitome. Be a few years before you're good again. Chicago scares me in a couple years, though, but I'm not scared of them this year.
I'm not, because I don't think their quarterback's gonna be good.
We're gonna fucking mollywop the fucking
No, but they've got the draft capital to get the number one pick and take.
Hey, listen, Chad, we're gonna mollywop the Bears for week 1. It's gonna put such a hurt on them that they're gonna suck the rest of the year. They're gonna be lucky to win 6.
No, I know you guys are gonna beat them, and I think I think it might be. You'll be like 28-21 or 17.
37-10. 37-10.
No way.
Yeah, we're gonna fucking destroy them.
The Bears are not that bad, dude.
They suck.
About? The Vikings are bad. The Bears are not that bad.
The Vikings have a better offense than the Bears.
And they have the worst defense in the.
I get that. They can't stop us from scoring. But the Vikings can at least put up some points. The Bears ain't going to be able to put up shit.
I'm not buying it. I can't buy it. The Vikings have the worst defense in the NFL.
Who the fuck
Even worse than the Lions.
I cannot believe they got fucking Justin Fields in the top 10 of fucking quarterbacks.
Well, that's fantasy. That's fantasy.
Look, John Dorn, I'm going to tell you this. I play a lot of fantasy league, and fantasy has a lot of relevance as how the league lays out as far as that goes. I mean,
I ain't drafting him.
No, I'm not drafting him either, but he's up there, bro. There's a lot of guys who are drafting him just because he's up there.
Yeah.
That's the same with Jahmyr Gibbs. I'm telling you, man, he's in the top. I'm like, how is that fucker in the top goddamn 20?
Receiver. Listen to me, okay? I'm a Lions fan. You guys are all Packer people. Listen to me. Gibbs is going to be more of a receiver out of the back. Yeah. He's going to be an option. He's not. He's lucky if he gets 10 carries.
He's going to do the sweeps and everything else.
Yeah, he's going to do all.
I just don't understand how he is so much higher than Montgomery.
Because he's going to have so many more yards than Montgomery because he's so fast and has the ability to escape.
Bro, you're saying he's going to be like better than the starter.
Yeah, I mean.
I'm not lying, dude. Yes. And he's not going to be the most important. He's going to be the most fantasy valuable person.
Nobody heard of Jahmyr Gibbs until they drafted him, right, John Dorn?
Yeah, they did. He went to Alabama and broke records.
Yeah, but when he got drafted, it was like a shock to the nation.
Because he was injured. It's because he got drafted number 12 by the Lions, and he was
Yes, I don't understand why.
why.
So because he got drafted so high, that means he should be high up in fantasy? He's a number 2 guy. How is he going to how do you qualify him being, I mean, you're telling me he's going to get more points than Montgomery?
Jahmyr Gibbs. We're not talking about this Jamison Williams. You said Jahmyr Gibbs. Yeah.
I'm talking about Gibbs.
Yes. Gibbs is going to get more fantasy points than David Montgomery. I guarantee.
Oh, my God.
I guarantee it.
Bro, hey, what are you drinking? What are you smoking? What are you drinking?
I'm smoking a cigarette is all. I'm drinking nothing.
As a pass catcher, it's actually possible because you get a lot more points, that way than.
And the yards are easier.
In a PPR league, yes, he would get more points. But I don't see how, if you're telling me he's only going to get 10 touches a game, how is it? I mean, Montgomery's going to be at least guaranteed 15 to 20.
10 carries a game, and he's going to. What if he scores
carry over to the next show? We've hit our fucking quota today. All right, it's actually past what we usually do. So I always try to do a fucking hour, and we do like 40 hours on the show. God damn it. So I'm gonna do what I always do. I'm gonna let everyone do a sign off real quick. Your last sentiments to the show, and I'm gonna close it. Go ahead, John Dorn. You're the first person I see. Go for it.
All I want to say is go Pack, go. still the same old Lions, man. Same until they fucking prove me wrong.
Fuck the Lions, John Dorn.
Yeah.
Rob,
the
we'll go
Bears are
ahead
getting
and
their
go
ass
next.
whooped for week 1.
Go ahead, Rob.
Fuck everybody, man. The Packers are winning the fucking division this year. You motherfuckers don't know it yet, but it's coming.
Chad, go ahead and use your sign off.
I don't know. That dude's a son of a bitch, but he might be right. You might. It's between us, okay?
It's gonna be between us. I give you that, bro.
Okay, and I'm telling you. And so stick it up your wahoo. And John Dorn,
I like
same
Chad.
to you. You're a jerk. And
I appreciate that.
and we have the best host in the world. You only
right.
muted me once.
Fucking A, Nick.
If only Bill, the motherfucking Packer fan, would stay longer. You know what I mean?
Russell always put you in the back.
Hey, next week. What's the next week? Who we playing next week?
Tell Russell if
Patriots.
he wants to challenge me as best host on the planet, I'm down for it.
Russell will kick your ass. If you're talking.
Whoa. I don't know about that. I went on a show one time.
Not
and
in
he
a
got all
fight.
shell-shocked. Do you remember,
Not in a
that?
fight. Mm-hmm.
Yo, Nick.
I want to watch it.
Hey,
I
Nick.
wanna
What do you
watch
think
it.
about Rodgers starting against the Bengals and Love starting against the Bengals 30 years later? 18 years later. It's the same team. It's the same fucking team we're gonna start against.
You're gonna beat the Bengals. You're gonna beat the Bears.
We're gonna mollywop everybody.
I've got you ceiling at 10. 9 to 10 is where I have the Packers.
I got my low 10 and I got ours all stealing, probably 15, 16 wins.
So we're done with the show.
I got the
okay?
Lions.
The show's over. It was not as serious as an episode, okay?
The show's over, bitch.
So, my sign off is going to be I'm sorry that Amon Green couldn't say your names, okay?
Yeah, that's right.
I'm very honored that he got to say my name and shouted out my show. And everybody that watches the Frozen Tundra Network, once the actual games start being played, be here because we're going to broadcast the games like we did last year.
Every fucking game. Every game.
And John Dorn's not allowed at those games because he always likes to give up what happens during the
John
game.
Dorn likes to tell like it is.
I told me there's going to be an interception, and sure as shit there's an interception.
It's going to be fun watching your two Lions losses.
This time, if you're going to be on the show and we're showing the game live, you have to watch it right here with us. You cannot watch it on your TV or else I'm just going to boot your ass, okay?
I will, man.
We'll keep it on the side, John Dorn. Don't worry about it.
I won't boot him, but I'll be like, John, stop.
You ain't gonna like this.
Dude, we're going to mollywop the Bears the first week. We're going to mollywop them. 37-10. It's going to be a destruction.
I don't think it'll be that bad.
It's going to be that bad, and we're going to fucking own the Bears for the next fucking 15 years.
I think it'll be like a 17-14
Sweeping the Bears and splitting with the Vikings.
So,
You're not gonna go womp. You're not womping the Bears.
And in the show right
We're going to womp the Bears. It's going to be a destruction.
We will possibly be back next week, but because it's the off season, sometimes we alternate weeks.
We got a game next week, bro. Come on.
What are you talking about?
Once the real season starts,
I hate the fucking Packers.
We'll actually be
Can I
here
yell
two
at you guys?
Once the real season starts, we'll be here 2 times a week. You know what I mean? We'll be here Friday and Sunday. Like, we'll be here all the time.
Friday and Sunday. We're going to be doing some live games.
As long as John Dornier is here so I can yell at him, I will be happy.
John Dorn will be here telling you, fuck your team.
Good. That's
Same
what I
old
want.
Lions, overrated, overhyped.
Overhyped. Fucking same old Lions not doing shit.
Look
Don't
like
get
season
John
last
Dorn,
season.
I'm ending it
Every
right
dollar
now.
I
here's
really
your
do,
dollar.
man.
Everyone have a great rest of your night. You guys have a great rest of
You
your night.
guys
Thank
too.
you for being on the show. I'll see you guys next week.
2020 NFL Draft. The Green Bay Packers select Jordan Love, quarterback, Utah State. 49ers bring pressure to inside backers. Come down the sideline. Romeo Doubs, a touchdown.
Hang on. Love to Watson to a 1-score game.
Hey, this is Amon Green, Green Bay Packers all-time leader in Russia. Bill, the Packer fan and Packer owner, Nick, they run a website for Packer news and updates, and I know Packer news hasn't been so great lately because we got some players that are not Packers anymore that you loved at one time, but you might hate a little bit right now.
2 great running backs. We have a competent offensive line.
He's saying that he felt in November and December that they didn't want him back.
Get a little safety in that position. Either we go.
There's no reason to believe we can't return, but.
And they already came out. There's a couple guys that came out and said that Rodgers is telling
solution of it, and don't let them go for anything under than 1.
And you know what, Packer fans? The Bears still suck. So go Pack Go, and good luck to Bill and Nick, their website, and their Packer News. Talk to you later.
It's a lot easier to come in and skip doing mop-up duty, but he threw the ball all. He kind of looked like aronRodgers the way he was throwing the ball sidearm and just flicking the wrist, and the ball was just jumping out of his hands.
Agreed. Hey everybody, this is Gerhard de Beer, former Green Bay Packer offensive lineman, and you're watching Frozen Tundra Network with Bill the Packer fan and Packer owner Nick. Enjoy.